Hello everyone and welcome to a very special episode of the Turning Point Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Lara, and I'm joined here once again by Lewin. How are we doing, my friend?
I'm doing very well. Hello.
Hello, I'm doing good, thanks for asking.
I'm glad I was back.
Good, I'm glad. That was a fucking awkward start, but do you want to know why this is a special episode, Lewin?
Why is this a special episode?
Because this is the big one. This is like the biggest episode we're ever gonna do.
Hot
and like that,
damn.
Yeah, I know, and that's in the same year where we've got our 60th anniversary spoiler cast coming up. You know what I mean? Like, this is the big one. This is a very special episode because this year we're gonna do, in the lead up to the 60th anniversary, Law, and we're gonna do a trilogy of 60th anniversary themed Doctor Who episodes. Not all of them are going to be specials. Only this one is a special because it's a big one. But we're going to do a trilogy and we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But this episode is going to be the first of those. And we're going to be doing a new series Doctor Who tier list. We're gonna be ranking every episode of modern Doctor Who, all the way from Rose right up to the Power of the Doctor, in a fucking tier list.
Let's go.
Let's go. Don't sound too excited there.
I am very excited.
No, I know. I'm very aware you're very excited about this. But this is the episode we've been waiting for. I first floated this idea around a little while ago, and I was like, oh, we'll fit it in when we can get it, you know? And I feel like now's the right time to do this one in particular. Because I feel like our next two episodes, not the next two specific episodes of the show, but the next two in this like trilogy of 60th specials, we're going to be doing kind of look back on the big anniversary specials for Doctor Who. So that's what we're going to be doing next. And then the final episode in our like trilogy, which will be the one probably, I would say, directly before the 60th anniversary, will be our, I'm going to call it the Dr. Donna retrospective. We're going to look at, since the 60th is so heavily focused on the Doctor and Donna, I thought it'd be fun to go back and kind of talk about Series 4. Revisit fitting. Series 4. You know, we can chuck in the Runaway Bride in there, maybe talk about the end of time, that kind of thing. But I thought that would be a great way to lead into the 60s. Plus, also, for those that play along with at home with Doctor Who Twitter, that's going to piss a lot of people off. So I'm very excited for that. Considering how many people fucking hate David Tennant's back. Let's do a whole episode dedicated to David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Oh, fuck. Anyway, but yeah, this one's the big one, though. So there's going to be no catch-up segment this episode. We're not going to worry about that. I feel like this tier list idea is going to work because I think you and I are going to be on the same kind of wavelength with most of this. I don't think there's going to be really too much that we're going to have two differing opinions on. I feel like there'll be a lot of episodes where we have like varying levels of like
the same opinion. Like
I think it's like really good, and you're just like, yeah, it's all right. You know, like we both think it's good, but we're both not like heavily one way or the other. Or you know, I mean, we might get to Series 7B, and I might have a few little gems in there that I'd really like. But you know, the one thing I want to do though is this is literally just going to be a tier list. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not like. It's not the be all and end all. This isn't the definitive tier list. It's just a bit of fun. This is a bit of chill. I honestly really don't give that much of a fuck about it either. So like, we're just going to do it, you know? That's a great way to start the tier list episode. I don't really give a fuck.
This is just looking back at my favorite show of the past 20 years. So that's a win for me.
I'll bring up the tier list on screen now for all our video viewers. I don't know why I said that, because like we don't even do a podcast version of this anymore. It doesn't matter, who cares?
But also, this is like the first time we've had actual
video content. Yeah, so I'll bring up the tier list. So I've simplified this tier list. I found this tier list on the Tier Maker website. I've gone through and ordered all of the episodes in order.
Indeed.
And I've also removed a couple of the tiers just because there was a couple of extra tiers. It was a bit too cluttery, but we've basically got GOAT, fantastic, good, bad, and awful. And we're just going to try and find a place for all the episodes in that kind of thing. You know, like how a tier list works.
We doing a tier list?
I know, right? What? Sprung that one on you real quick, didn't I?
Wish you'd told me this before we started recording.
All right. Rose, number 1, very first episode of New Doctor Who.
Easily, I want to say fantastic. It.
It's not GOAT material, is it? Like
it's GOAT for what it did, but not GOATing content.
Oh yeah, no, not in content. Like it's one of those like ones where like it's pretty like stock standard simple Doctor Who, but like that's the whole point. It's the first episode. But it's like, you know, your Smith and Joneses or your what's another episode that like starts a series?
Partners in Crime.
Yeah, or you're the pilot. You know, it's that kind of thing where like they're good episodes, but like they're not like
masterpieces.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think this episode is just fun because it's got fucking it's got plastic Mickey in it. That's a bit of fun. I love the part where he gets eaten by the bin.
It's so childish, but it's a keen memory for me.
Yeah, some should say Noel Clarke should have stayed in the bin, but, you know, that's neither here nor there, is it?
So controversial.
Yeah, I know, right? But also, it's got that amazing initial first TARDIS reveal.
I love Rose's reaction to the TARDIS.
Yeah. It's very, like, it's stunned silence.
Runs around. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think just overall the episode's fucking great. Also, banger fucking soundtrack from Murray Gold in his first.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it amazing how Murray Gold's music just sounds so fucking different in Rose compared to literally everything else?
I love going from season 1 to season 4, where it's got this weird indie band vibe in a garage, to full on orchestra.
Yeah, I think let's put Rose in fantastic, eh?
Yeah, and it fits.
It fits. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, if any tier list is going to fit the Ninth Doctor, it's this one. All right. Well, we're moving on to episode 2, number 2. I'm not going to say the number of each episode, by the way, each time, but, you know, like, this is special. You know, it's like the first couple of episodes. End of the World.
Future episode.
Yeah, this is the one that has Britney Spears playing in it.
Damn straight. A Nerf classic. The reason I love that song.
So that needs to go into GOAT, obviously.
Introduced us to the most iconic reoccurring villain. I wish I was kidding, but Cassandra is weirdly infused with Doctor Who. I constantly see references to Moisturize Me.
I feel like if Cassandra was done today, it would be just really bad. You know what I mean? Like it would just be awful. Like if it had been done in the Chibnall era, I think, you know, a lot of people criticize, you know, the in terms of the Doctor Who Twitter discourse, a lot of people talk about, you know, oh, like we criticize Chibnall for the same things that Moffat and RTD did. But like genuinely, I feel like Cassandra is such a very 2005 thing. That I think it works because of that very reason.
Yeah, exactly. Rose is a fucking chav girl in a shop. You know, it's quintessential to the time.
Could you imagine the 13th Doctor traveling with Rose? No. Unless she picked her up from 2005.
Exactly. You're like...
I was just going to say, I do think this is a fantastic episode.
I think it is too. It introduces Doctor Who's brand of camp perfectly to me.
I think it's a really good exploration too on, you know, something we didn't see in classic Doctor Who, which was a companion being taken completely out of their comfort zone, completely out of their depth. You know, like Rose is standing in that room
Yeah.
with all the aliens, and she like fucking, you know, she's like me whenever I have to do any kind of social event. She's like, I've got to get the fuck out of here, you know? So I think it's a really good look, and obviously that's something that RTD did very well across his entire era. But I think it's a very good look at a companion, you know, coming to terms with the reality of what traveling with the Doctor is like. So, yeah, I think fantastic.
I think fantastic.
We got The Young Quiet Dead, an episode, by the way, that I used to not like very much back in the day when I first started watching Doctor Who. It was my least favorite episode out of that kind of first half of the series. I always just didn't like this episode.
I have to semi-agree. I enjoyed it to an extent, but it didn't live up to End of the World or Rose to me, which is kind of a trend that Mark Gatiss goes on to have, but...
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I've warmed to it a lot, especially, like, and by the way, when I say I've warmed to it, it was fucking years ago I warmed to it. Like, when I say I didn't like this episode, it was, like, very early on. I didn't like it, the episode. I think just I wasn't that interested in the historical ones. So, very early on, and I just think compared to, like, fucking Doctor Dances and whatnot, this is a pretty weak historical one. But I think I've grown to appreciate it a lot more.
There's a lot to like. Rose has a lot of backbone as a companion.
Yeah, I think these first 3 episodes are a really good showcase of how different Rose is as a companion to all the previous companions. I think this is a good one.
I think it's a good one too.
Yeah, it's not fantastic, but
if for whatever reason you had to cut 45 minutes out of a watch time, it would either be that or long game for me.
Yeah, honestly, I just cut the long game. I actually think, but I'd say good. I'd say good. Okay. Here we go. First 2-parter: Aliens of London and World War III. Oh,
I have thoughts. There are many fart jokes. Sometimes too many.
It was 2005.
It was 2005. But there is a weird peak level of drama in this 2-parter. You've got Rose coming back after a year, which was a good twist at the very beginning. Jackie accusing Mickey of murder.
Don't forget Jackie slapping the Doctor.
Harriet Jones is a fantastic introduction character. I think it is... I'm torn. A lot of it makes me want to say good, but there is some genuine moments where I'm like, this is fantastic.
I'm going to say good. And I think the reason why, just mainly, is because I do think it does rely a little bit too heavily on fart jokes to kind of, especially that first episode.
Yeah.
I think where the whole thing makes up for it, though, is in that second episode. I think, you know, when the drama is really fucking turned up to 11. You know, obviously this whole episode is a very political episode. I know, right? You have a political episode in RTD.
It's 2005. Those didn't happen. You're crazy.
Oh, that's right. No, that's very true, Lord. I'm very sorry. We didn't get political Doctor Who back then. No, you're 100% right.
Also, Tosh.
Tosh is in this. Also the pig. Like,
there's some peak Doctor moments, I think, that make up for it as well. I agree with you. I think it should go in good. But I think 9 is weirdly highlighted in an episode filled with fart jokes.
Let's put this in fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Where are
Dalek.
Goat.
Is this the first Goat episode?
It's
this is the first Goat episode, right? It has to go in Goat.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic character piece of a Dalek of all things. Fantastic character piece of 9 of Rose. The only letdown is Rose is a great character in Dalek.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, that's what I was also agreeing.
Right.
Even Adam's good in this episode.
Debatable.
Or do you disagree with that?
I disagree with that.
Okay, I think he's alright in this episode. I think that the next episode is where he as a character really fucking falls flat on his face. But I think that's kind of the point with Adam. I think he was alright in Dalek, actually. You know what? I'll say he was alright. But like the Dalek has a lot of fucking fantastic scenes.
Oh yeah.
got a great. This is like the big kind of, I think, pivotal point for the Doctor as a character too this season, because like we had a 1-season arc for the Doctor, which was fucking nice. I'm actually glad Christopher Eccleston didn't do any more beyond the season.
agree.
I'm going to be honest with you. I just feel like if he had done more beyond the parting of the ways, I just felt like it just would undermine his character arc a little bit.
I also think it would have probably tanked the show a bit. Introducing regeneration in the show early on was, to me, the biggest smart idea. Getting it out of the way that, yes, the main character is going to change after 1 season was probably for the best.
Dalek, great episode.
Goat.
Also, that's the episode where we got Henry... What's his
Henry
fucking
Van
name?
Staten, the creator of
Henry.
the internet, or the owner of the internet.
He's the owner of the internet, yeah. And let's just keep the whole world thinking that way.
I fucking love him as a character. He's so sleazy.
Yeah. Long game.
Bad.
Yeah, this is bad. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. Not even Simon Pegg could save this one.
No. It's just
I
so
do like that he's in
forgettable.
it, though. I think he's great in it.
Oh, yeah.
But...
It's just a forgettable episode. And Adam just
Yeah.
makes it way more insufferable. Our first bad.
Yeah, nice. Congratulations to the long game. They certainly played the long game, am I right?
About to make that fucking joke. Nice.
Father's Day. This is a goat, right?
It's a
Is
goat.
this a goat or is it a fantastic?
No, it's a goat. The only downside to it is the fact that it introduces a concept that's never fucking used again.
Never brought up and looked at again. But the episode itself is
Yeah, no.
absolutely fucking better. Do you know what's funny, though? Do you want to hear something funny? This was also one of the episodes I didn't like back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Look, I was a fucking kid, alright? Who cared? Like, I watched this episode and I was just like, I don't like this one. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. But I remember liking it later on. So, it is also one of the best episodes. But, yeah, I agree. Goat. The Empty Child and Doctor Dances.
Stephen Moffat's debut. Jack's debut.
Debuted in the most iconic way Jack possibly could debut, staring at Billy Piper's butt.
The only other way would be
And then
her staring
slapping the butt of another soldier.
No, I think it's goat, personally.
It is goat, yeah. I think, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I think this and Blink is Stephen Moffat's best work. I just feel like there's just something about 2005, 2000, like that mid-2000s era Moffat story.
Oh, yeah.
That just hits different.
Absolutely. It's also the first time where you truly understand hide behind the couch scared as a kid.
Oh, yeah, this is like proper scary.
Yeah. Has the first genuinely happy 9 moment. I love the ending to the Doctor Dances.
Yeah, it's the one where the Doctor dances. Who would have thought? I think it just goes to show, like, just how good this series is as a whole. Because even though there's, like, one bad episode, like, I just feel like most of the episodes are very important to both the Doctor's character and Rose's character. But yeah, that's
This
a goat.
series shaped the show.
Boomtown.
An episode I really actually disliked on first watch, and I still don't
Same.
love it, but I think...
This was also the first episode of Modern Doctor Who I ever saw. And by the way, when I say the first episode, I mean I saw the ending of it once on TV as it was airing, and I had no idea what the fuck it was or what was going on. If you want to hear the full story of how I got into Doctor Who, there's at some point in time we've talked about it.
Absolutely.
It wasn't even that part. I don't even think I saw that part. All I saw was the bit in the TARDIS with fucking Margaret and the TARDIS opening up and like her turning into a potato.
What's so weird is it's such a filler episode, but it introduces the fucking season finale. Like Deus Ex Machina.
But it's also not just a filler episode either. Like, it's a fucking amazing episode for 9.
Yeah. It's a fucking character piece on his...
He's so good in this.
I love the dinner between him and Margaret.
Oh, it's amazing. And the bit where like they're kind of sparring off with each other while they're sitting at the table.
You actually,
That's fucking comedy gold right there.
like, at some point, you genuinely start to go, maybe Margaret actually is going to turn it around. You're wrong, and you watch it a billion times, like, oh yeah, she was always going to fucking turn.
I would say though it's good. I would say good.
I agree.
I wouldn't put it any higher than that. Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways.
So many aged references. It's go.
It's go. It, like, yeah.
First
like,
regeneration story. You've had one season only to grow to this character, and Christopher Eccleston fucking hits it out of the park.
Also, this is... I'm still going to maintain this. This is the Daleks' best appearance in modern Doctor Who, is this story. Like the Daleks as a force, like, because, like, yeah, sure, they're more powerful in the Series 4 finale or whatever the fuck, but, like, this is the one where they truly feel like a threat. And I think it's because it is the first time. At this point, we've only seen one Dalek and the destruction that that one Dalek can cause, and now we have a fucking fleet of them, you know? Like, this is the ones where they feel like a threat. Like, they do an absolutely fantastic job in actually making it seem like this is a life or death situation for the Doctor.
I agree. You know, I will agree with you on that.
Yeah. That's not to say that there aren't other great appearances, but I just feel like the Daleks as a force is really great here. And then I think from here onwards, because they start showing up a lot, it starts to get to the point where they're very overused. I also think this is actually probably, as much as I love the Series 4 finale, I do think this is RTD's strongest finale as well.
I do agree.
I think, yeah. This is GOAT. This is GOAT, hands down. Alright, so we're moving on to David Tennant. We got the Christmas Invasion, the very first Christmas special. So this was an interesting one because it barely features the Doctor in it. But when he is there, he's fucking fantastic.
I agree. I do like the humans running the show for a bit. I think it may have gone a bit too long, but I think the highlight on at least Rose, Jackie, like the Tyler family, as always, was good.
And I think also having Harriet Jones as a major part of this also, I think, helped really bridge the gap, especially for new viewers. Because, like, not only are they seeing the main core cast, but also having Harriet Jones there being like, here's this character from the last season, just kind of helps, I think, just connects the dots between the 9th and the 10th Doctor eras, I think, which works really well. It's also the first time we heard that Christmas song.
I fucking love that Christmas song.
The badass introduction to the proper introduction to the 10th Doctor, when he opens up those TARDIS doors there, and then he just comes out and fucking owns the whole scene from that point onwards.
Christmas Invasion was actually on TV literally 2 nights ago, and I sat down and watched it live. And just...
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just that fucking feeling of everyone turning around going, wait, you're speaking English. Wait, but that means... And then 10 in all his glory. David...
And Murray Gold taking full advantage of the BBC or Orchestra of Wales. I'd say fantastic.
I would say fantastic.
Absolutely. Not a treatment all Christmas specials get, but this one, definitely. All right, Series 2, here we go. New Earth.
A series I very much love, but I know it's by far the least favourite of David's. New Earth.
I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
I fucking love this episode. It's just so much fun. It's so much fun, this episode. You've got cat people, you've got Cassandra inhabiting both the Doctor's bodies and Rose's bodies. So you have David Tennant and Billie Piper playing Cassandra. You have... You know what it is, though? It's a very weird episode to have as the Doctor's full debut episode, because he's not the Doctor for, like, half of it.
That's a weird double running theme with 10. I never thought of that.
It's good though. It's good though. It's just a lot of fun. Like, this is proper camp.
Yeah.
This episode, I like it. But having that being said, I would say it's good.
Yeah.
I would put it. It's not like fucking up there. But I just love watching it.
I agree. And it has a little... No, it doesn't have a little shop. That's the problem. It's in good.
That is the problem. I mean, it would be GOAT if it had a little shop.
Exactly.
But, that's where we do be sometimes, I'm afraid.
You think you GOAT, then you're missing a little shop. Such a shame.
You're missing a little shop. Tooth and Claw.
I'm gonna be real with you. It has never meshed with me. Even to this day, it still doesn't really mesh with me. I don't think it's bad by any means.
Yeah, it's good though, isn't it? Like, it's just good.
It's just good.
Yeah. I love this episode. I love this episode for a couple of reasons. One, this is a fantastic showcase of the new Doctor Bros dynamic. Before it gets too lovey-dovey, this is a fantastic
Best mates doing
example
dares.
of that. Because it's literally just two mates just out for some shenanigans and shits and gigs.
I do love the running joke of I can make her say I am not amused. And you're like, that is such a fucking dumbass thing to do.
It's so dumb. It is so dumb, and it happens like so many times. They keep trying. They keep trying to push her. But I think it's such a great dynamic. But also, this is the first like proper episode where we actually have the Doctor for the entirety of the episode, and he's not asleep, he's not unconscious, or another character.
See, objectively, I would say it's a good episode. It's just it's something about the tone that I never hit with me.
It also is the origin of Torchwood.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
Doctor Who's constantly doing that with the most inconsequential fucking episodes. Boomtown introduces Heart of the TARDIS. Tooth and Claw introduces fucking Torchwood.
The Long Game introduces Satellite 5 and Bounty Human Empires.
I think it's a good episode.
It's a good episode, yeah. No, it is. It's definitely a good episode. School reunion. First off, before we say anything about this episode,
okay,
this has a banger, dramatic piece of music in it that is one of my favorite things Murray Gold has done. It's not like one of his like top tier things, but it's just one of my personal favorite bits of music he's done. It's very dramatic. It's the one that plays whenever like literally anything happens. It's where they're all standing and the computer screens are going wild and the creditains are like walking around like you have like the animated shot.
Is it that almost Dalek music?
Dun 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 dun.
I do know what you're talking about. Yep. Which I would also like to point out, the episode itself, very dramatic.
Very dramatic. I love this episode.
I do too. Sarah Jane,
K9. I honestly think Anthony Head, I'm pretty sure his name is, the one from Buffy. He's fantastic in this episode. You got some great little scenes between him and David Tennant. You've got Kenny, of course, the GOAT of the episode.
How could he not be? He's a domestic terrorist.
Exactly. He blew up the school. You've got those fucking creepy Creditane fucking cafe people.
Yeah. She's fine.
It's good though. I would say here's
fantastic.
The thing. I would put it in fantastic, but purely for the drama of having a past companion come back.
I would agree, and
if it didn't have Sarah Jane in it and didn't have that dramatic, like this would be, honestly, I'd still put it in good just because it's a fucking laugh and I love this episode a lot. But I think Sarah Jane is what elevates this a lot. But I think that's the point. I don't think the actual episode itself is meant to be like top tier episode. I think it's more meant to be a character piece.
I agree. And also props to the Mickey in the episode, because it's the first time that Mickey really has more than a cameo in an episode where he grows.
Yeah. No, he's good. Yeah, let's put that in fantastic. Absolutely. Yep. All right. This is the one with Sophia Miles in it.
David Tennant's girlfriend.
And Noel Clarke, actually.
Yes.
They're both in it. This is the girl in the fireplace.
Stephen Moffat's third episode. I love the episode. I love Mickey and Rose just going off and doing their own fucking thing. There's the horse.
The horse. This episode does have a good little bit of... It's got the classic Moffat humor in it.
Yeah.
And then, not forget, we have the amazing drunk doctor scene.
Fucking hell. Just him coming in, sunglasses on, tie around his fucking head. It highlights what Moffat does so well. There's amazing highs in comedy just for it to immediately smooth into drama and angst.
Yeah.
And you're like...
Drama and angst. This is a very angsty episode.
Oh, it is. You always know that the Doctor's gonna make it back, but you still kind of have that feeling at the end where you're like, what the fuck would happen if he had to just sit there for 1,000 years until he could find a TARDIS? Like,
and guess what? We eventually did get that answer too.
That is true.
In the game that came out that time last year or the year before, whenever it came out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because it wasn't in the VR version, but it was in the other version.
Edge of Reality was the...
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's an interesting little thing. But I think this episode just all around is fucking fantastic.
I agree.
Rise, first two-parter of Series 2. And all around, I think Series 2 has absolute banger two-parters.
I agree.
But we got Rise of Cybermen and Age of Steel. This episode's notable for being the first time we kind of explore the Doctor Who multiverse, if you will. But this was our introduction to continuing the trend of what a lot of these early seasons of Doctor Who did. That did actually also carry on a little bit into the Moffat era as well. Of reintroducing old Doctor Who villains. We had the Daleks in season 1. We got the Cybermen now. We got the fucking Cybus Industries Cybermen. How do we feel about this two-parter? We've got John Lumick.
We do have John Lumick. We have good old...
Rose is a dog.
We've got Ricky and his clone Ricky.
Mickey and his clone Ricky.
No, I know what I said.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, it's fine.
There's a lot to like about the two-parter.
Mickey learnt how to fly a Zeppelin playing PlayStation.
Hell yeah, he played Grand Theft Auto. I would argue it's one of the Cybermen's darkest outings in New Who, personally. Also, Pete.
Oh yeah, Pete's
the guy's so great that they named the world after him.
Yeah, he's a successful businessman.
The things he could have done had he not been run over by a car. I think it's...
As opposed to being the unsuccessful businessman.
Who did get run over by a car. I think it's... I'm going to say fantastic, personally.
I'm going to say fantastic as well, yeah. Yeah, we'll put it in fantastic.
Also, it had A Whim Away, fucking Lion Sleeps Tonight. The greatest musical sequence of Doctor Who. As people get fucking slaughtered.
The Idiot's Lantern.
It's a...
The Hungry episode.
Hungry. I love Rose and Ten's fucking getup. Just with the hair.
I love that Ten is riding a scooter around.
Okay, just knows where it's parked in the fucking TARDIS.
Anyway, Idiot's Lantern. Yeah, you're right. The Doctor has the only time he's ever done his hair like that. He's got the little fucking...
Pompadour.
What do they call it? Pompadour, yep.
Overall, I think the episode, it's a classic case of Mark Gatiss. It's good. It's just good. Also, it has a weirdly problematic message of forgive people who are abusive.
It's a bit of fun, a bit of historical fun. I love the Doctor chasing down the government people or the detectives, with his fucking scooter, and then the whole thing of him literally going down They get so far ahead of him that my favorite part of that, and I can't, maybe I might be misremembering this, but there's the wide shot of the Doctor going down the road, and I'm pretty sure they're literally closing the gate and setting up the stall in that shot.
I think you're correct.
So like the Doctor literally just sees them doing it, and he just stops and he's just sitting there. He's like, "Oh, very good." Next, we have the Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. That's what the second episode's called.
It's Goat, right?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah.
It's just...
It's so good.
So good.
It's just good.
Peak drama.
Yeah. Peak drama. There's a little bit of horror with it, with the Ood.
Toby, the campy but somehow still weirdly scary git.
I love the whole thing. Like, the cliffhanger to the first part where, like, the pit opens up and you hear that voice. You know, it's such a good cliffhanger because you're just expecting something to come out of the pit, and then in the next episode it's literally nothing comes out of it. It's just empty for so long. But then you have the amazing sequence with the Doctor and the Beast, but also this is the Doctor's this is the first time we see the Doctor's, what I call the Doctor's comb over emo style.
Yeah, the Day of the Doctor style.
Except it looks better in this than it does in Day of the Doctor.
It does.
This is another 10th Doctor angst episode.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of it to go around in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the hair for it this time.
I think, yeah. I also love the sequence of the Doctor and Rose just bantering about being stuck. I love Zachary, the fucking captain. All the supporting cast.
Also,
great, yeah.
It's all Torchwood as well.
Yeah, it is all Torchwood.
It's Torchwood base in the future. Here we go, Lewin.
Where are we? Where are we? Oh, we're there.
Love and Monsters.
Fantastic. Goat. Instant goat.
Elton. We got Elton. We got the Absorbaloff. We've got Dr. Light episode.
Elton and Jackie's chemistry alone makes
I don't care how much you like. I'm sorry, but I do not care how much you like this episode. It is not goat.
No, I would never put it in goat or fantastic. I wouldn't put it in awful or even personally bad. I would put it in good, but...
Yeah, look, listen, I think it's fucking awful. But here's the thing about this episode, right? Is... At least it isn't Fear Her. So it's got that going for it. I do like the Scooby-Doo intro. That's a lot of fun. That is like peak camp Doctor Who right there from this era. Like, you talk about all the camp. We talked about camp a lot so far. But that is like the peak camp.
It's got this random guy dancing to ELO. The soundtrack in this episode is banging. All because it's just ELO. And, sorry, say what you want. But Jackie is actually given a lot more depth in this fucking episode.
That is true.
I will happily put it in bad.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of a reason why it shouldn't go in bad. Even though I'm the one that fucking hates this, I'm like, what is the reason why it shouldn't be in that?
You can say blowjob slab, and I think that's acceptable. Oh no, that's why it should be. There
we go. Look, I'm gonna put it in bad, Lord. I think it can comfortably sit there next to the long
That
game.
is fine.
I'll be fair on things, alright? I might personally fucking hate this episode, and if it was up to me, it would be an awful. But I'll be fair.
It has enough redeeming factors. The Absorbaloff isn't one of them, but...
The Absorbaloff is definitely not one of them, but I will say... you know what? Actually, I'm going to say this. I have never shipped a character so hard with Jackie than Elton.
Yeah. They had good chemistry for the 45 minutes.
Fear Her.
There's some moments that I like, but it's a bad episode.
Yeah. The less said about this, the better.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do love one aspect of that episode though, and that is there's actually a really good scene with the Doctor and Rose in the TARDIS where he talks about being a dad once. That's fun. And then I also love that he lands the TARDIS and the door's facing the wrong way, straight into a fucking shipping container, and he has to
Repark.
dematerialize and rematerialize. Somehow he manages to get the exact same point in time at the exact same spot. Knowing the Doctor's ability to actually pilot the TARDIS, that's fucking crazy.
So that's a big finish.
That he pulled
Big
that
finish
off.
will slot 100 years of Rose and 10 stories into that 2-second materialization.
Anyway, next we have Army of Ghosts and Doomsday.
Fantastic.
I would agree with that. It's not GOAT, but it's fantastic for sure. It's very dramatic.
The first time Daleks and Cybermen are ever on screen together.
And they have the most amazing bitch fight. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
But also it is also a very emotional departure for Rose. I mean, even still to this day, I get emotional at the last kind of 10 minutes of that episode. Yeah. I love the concept of the ghosts. That's kind of fun. So yeah, I think it's fantastic for sure. All right. I mean, look, there's no discussion on this next episode,
it's
Lord.
GOAT, right?
It's GOAT.
Yeah.
It's
a lot
GOAT.
of people dislike this episode.
The Runaway Bride.
More specifically, they dislike Donna, and I think they are
Well, they are
objectively wrong.
You know, it's all opinion and
you're
whatnot.
wrong.
But if your opinion is you dislike Donna, then you are
wrong.
Like, you just are.
You got Rebound 10. You got Peak.
He's not even in his full rebound yet. He's kind of in his grief stage of, like, he's in his angsty mourning stage.
Yeah. We get the callbacks to the Christmas tree.
We get the callbacks to Torchwood.
It feels like an epilogue to the Torchwood saga.
You have the Rachnos, which is very camp.
Very camp, but very good practical effects.
Very good practical effects, and I would also say a really great performance. I love the part where the Rachnos lady pulls the stunned face
when
the Doctor tries to do whatever it is he's trying to do, and it just doesn't work, and she's just like she's just like fucking shocked. It's such a great face. I'm like, that's amazing. But yeah, this mostly works because of the Doctor and Donna.
Absolutely.
The David Tennant and Catherine Tate are just the pair.
Yeah.
You know, like they are the
and
ones.
at this stage, they don't even have best mate energy yet. This is just the Doctor trying to help but shake someone at the same time. He's like, I just want to go back to moping.
Smith and Jones. First episode of Series 3. We now have Rebound 10 officially.
We have Rebound 10 officially. We've got first introduction of a non-Billy Piper mainstay companion. Some fantastic humour in Smith and Jones.
You've got she's got her special
straw. You've got 10 fucking rattling,
moping over his sonic screwdriver.
And also I love when he pretends to be just human to the lady with the straw, the plasma ball. He's like, rhinos on the moon. Have you seen? And he's just going getting more and more exasperated, and then he's like, oh, but wouldn't that do this?
Yeah, it's definitely got the same energy as the drunk scene.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's the same energy. Yes, yeah. The 10th Doctor does a good impression of
just not
being an absolute non-threat whatsoever.
Beautiful. I think it's a fantastic episode.
Yeah, I would give it that. I'd say that too. I think it's fantastic. It's a great series opener.
Yeah, and it's a good introduction to Martha as a person before her character tanks for half a season.
Yeah, it's a strong introduction to Martha as well. Yeah. All right, now we've got the Shakespeare Code, the witch episode.
It feels weirdly out of place for Doctor Who, even to this day. Do you feel that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this is bad.
I would say good.
But I wouldn't... but I would put it at the end of good. Either the end of good or the start of bad. It's better than these three, but I don't think it's as good as these.
That's fair. I would say end of good.
I'll put it there. Oh, this is the first example of 10 being... Martha being a rebound.
With that weird-ass bed sequence.
Gridlock. Oh. Now, this is a rebound episode and a half, because... The Doctor takes her to New Earth. Oh, New Earth. Is it called New? No, it's New Earth and New York. Takes her to New York, the same place he took Rose.
not too long after he took Rose.
Yeah, because the novice Haim is still
Yeah.
there. The Vase of Bow is still there. But also like something just like has happened in the period of time in between then and now, because the city's abandoned and it's just like everyone's stuck in their cars underground. It's got the Macra in it.
That's such... I constantly forget the Macra are technically the main bad guy of that episode. There is Brannigan.
That I guess Brannigan.
What an absolute legend.
My boy. This is a good episode. I'm gonna put it in good. I think a lot of people would disagree, but I think
I would put it higher than good, personally. The first time 10 ever opens up about the Time War, or Gallifrey, it's the first mention of Gallifrey as a planet, like, using its name.
Actually, that scene is in the episode, isn't it? Yeah. I personally, I'd put it in good, but it's fine. I'll give you that. Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of
Best
Daleks.
Spider-Man film I ever watched.
It's definitely not bad.
I would put it at the end of good.
It's good. It's not. There's not really a lot to it. I think it is the weakest Dalek story.
The plot is the Daleks overtake the construction of the Empire State Building. What the fuck?
And you've also got the Dalek human thing.
That was... I like Ten's reaction to that and his, like, hopefulness. There's a weird amount of execution that's bad, and some of it's good. You got the angel... The fucking song that Tallulah sings that shows up every now and again.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of Mark Gatiss, the Lazarus Experiment.
Season 3 has so many good 10th Doctor, like, how he thinks moments. Like, introspective moments on 10. Even this episode has them. But the episode itself, I can't bring to say is too good. I would probably say bad.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? There's some great family drama in it.
Our main focus on Francine.
Lazarus Experiment. It has Mark Gatiss in it.
As a scorpion thing.
Has a scorpion
I would argue
thing,
it's still...
Yeah. Did Mark Gatiss write this episode?
Yeah, I think he did.
Mid as fuck.
Yeah.
That's actually bad. It's
bad.
Mid as fuck is the Shakespeare code. And even then, I think it should be in bad, but I'm giving you the good, but that's whatever.
Wait, no, I didn't defend Shakespeare code, did I?
Yeah, you did. You said it should be in good, so I put it in good.
Oh, fair enough.
But I think it should be in bad. I mean, we can change it. Do you want to put it in bad? Yeah. Okay, we got 42.
Beginning of bad.
Now this is...
Chibnall's.
This is Chibnall's first one, right? Yeah.
An interesting experiment, but it doesn't really pay off. I find the episode extremely dull. There's some cool moments, like Burn With Me and all that, but... yeah.
I do think it's on par with Daleks in Manhattan, though.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do think it is.
Alright, I'll...
But, you know, it's whatever. They're in the same spot as far as I'm concerned. End of good, start of bad, who cares? Alright, Human Nature and the Family of Blood.
It's the goat!
This is, by the way, before, yes, but this is also the, up until the first 60th anniversary special, this is the only Doctor Who story that actually adapts a story.
Yeah, and do you want to know another fun fact about it? It's the first episode to acknowledge that the 8th Doctor was a thing.
Oh, yeah, because it's got the 8th Doctor in the book.
There was, apparently before that, there was a lot of people like, oh, reasonably, the movie might never have happened. I think it's the GOAT. It is.
It absolutely is.
Great character drama.
It definitely belongs
it's
there.
10 angst. Whenever 10 gets angsty, it starts going towards GOAT.
Yeah, but it's not just 10 angst, it's also John Smith angst.
Oh, hell yeah. And John Smith throwing a cricket ball like an absolute legend.
And racism.
My favourite thing, when I watched the fucking face that Baines makes, where he sniffs. It's so fucking campy sometimes. It's so serious at the same time.
Also, this is the first time I think we really like properly see the darker side of the Doctor in the Mon show. Like, I know we saw a little bit with 9, but this is like the first time we've seen it with 10. But I think the ending of this is way worse than anything 9 did.
Yeah.
Like, what 9 did was just him dealing with fucking PTSD. This is like the Doctor just being cruel. Yeah, and it's not just like him dealing with the family, it's also the whole John Smith situation.
Yeah. He killed effectively. We all understand why, and it had to happen because we love the Doctor, but John Smith died. And it was fucking sad, actually.
Yep. And it also didn't occur to him that John Smith could even fall in love with anyone.
What a tragic fucking episode.
Yeah, it's a fucking downer, isn't it?
It really is.
Anyway, next we have the absolute GOAT. That is Blink.
A lot of people's first episode. Weirdly enough, a Dr. Light episode. Probably, I would argue, one of the best examples of a Dr. Light episode.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's GOAT. It's obviously GOAT. And you know what? I'm going to put it up here next to Runaway Bride as well.
One of Moffat's best works.
One of Moffat's best works. And what's interesting about Moffat's work so far is bam, 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 all in GOAT.
Look at the man go.
Knocking it out of the park. I mean, well, look, there's not much to say about Blink. It's the Weeping Angels, and it's Blink. Everyone knows
exactly.
Blink. Yeah. Utopia.
Go. It's Go, right? Or would you say Fantastic? I would put it in high Fantastic. I would put it above Rose.
Oh, definitely. I agree, high Fantastic. Because I'm looking at Fantastic now, and I do think it's better than every single one of these.
Yeah, let's...
Why the fuck did we put Gridlock in Fantastic? You know what, doesn't matter. Utopia goes there. Yeah, I definitely think that's the case.
Derek Jacobi as the Master for 2 minutes, and he knocks it out of the fucking park. Just Derek Jacobi in general.
I like how some of these are being ordered and some of them are just randomly thrown into their tier. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Utopia is great, but I don't think it's GOAT. I don't think it's GOAT. And the reason why is because this episode, weirdly, it's more about the reveal.
Okay.
And the build up to that reveal. Not really much happens in the episode. It's kind of just people standing around a room for a bit. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
Like, they stand around for a room and then occasionally David Tennant might run down a corridor. But not really anything happens.
You just named every episode of the show.
It's more about the reveal than it is about anything else.
Also, I've been thinking about... I would move Gridlock to good. That's fair. Looking at the Fantastic ones.
Thank you. Thank you. That's making me feel so much better. Oh my god. The absolute genius of having us have Professor Yana as a character, having us grow to like him over the episode, only for him to be revealed as the Master.
It's
excellent.
And also props to RTD. Pretty much most of the plot points from previous episodes get pulled into Utopia and the next 2 episodes to make it not look like an arsehole. It all builds up.
Okay, cool. All right, well, now we have the Sound of Drums and the Last of the Time Lords.
John Sims' Master is incredibly fun. Great musical parts. Very dark episode. At least a lot of the Master-themed one parts are. But I wouldn't say it's GOAT, personally. I think it's high Fantastic.
Yeah, I think it has the weakest ending of the finales.
No, I forgot 10 Jesus. Put it in GOAT.
You've got to put it in awful. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely not GOAT.
It's not GOAT.
It's definitely not GOAT.
Great. It's a fun season finale.
I feel like Russell was starting to get a little bit too big for his own good.
Yeah.
To his credit, though, he did make sure that at least the events were still relevant to the characters directly involved.
Yeah, it wasn't just why the fuck did that matter?
It never happened, lol.
I might have like a small controversial take on it. I think that this episode is actually his highlight as his version of the Master. I think season 10 is where he's a better Master overall. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I just wish we got more of season 10 John Sim.
Yeah, that is completely fair.
The crazy Sim. Voyage of the Damned.
I'll put that mid fantastic. Personally.
Yeah. I think the only ones that matter when it comes to order is what's at the end and what's at the start.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna throw it here.
That's in good.
It'll do.
You good or fantastic?
It's in good.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
You said mid. Oh, you said Mr. Fantastic.
What's your take on this?
You know what? Fantastic. I agree. I just think I think the biggest problem with the episode is I think the whole Jesus imagery thing is a little bit too much.
Especially after the season 3 finale.
Yeah, it's a bit much, but I think the overall episode's good. A great disaster episode, a great disaster story. We got Alonzo.
It's also the first blockbuster episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic episode. I think it's good. It's interesting though, whenever I revisit series 4, I never watch it. I always just go straight to Partners in Crime.
It's very disconnected.
Yeah, but it does have Wilf in it.
It does have Wilf.
Yeah. It's actually crazy to think that was originally just going to be Bernard Cribbin's only appearance.
What an absolute tragedy that would have been.
Absolute tragedy. Could you imagine the father for the runaway bride as the main in series 4 for that family instead of Bernard Cribbins?
Damn, rest in peace, man. But no, Wilf is the goat.
Wilf is the goat, yeah. And speaking of Wilf and Bernard Cribbins, I think we should kind of breeze through this because we're gonna do a whole episode on it. But we're up to series 4, which in my view, 2008, 2009, and 2010 is peak Doctor Who.
100%. It is the golden era.
So let's rapid fire through series 4 because we'll do an episode on it. Partners in Crime. Fantastic, yes. Fires of Pompeii. I would say goats.
Yeah.
It's close, but I don't know.
Goat,
yeah. Yeah, we'll put goat. Planet of the Ood, I would say this is good. Yeah. It's better than Gridlock. Sontaran, Stratagem, Poison Sky, whatever the fuck those episodes are, I would say good, better than Gridlock.
Stop trying to prove a point against Gridlock.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is literally everything in Series 4 is better than Gridlock. I think that's a fair thing to say. Doctor's Daughter, that's fantastic.
Really? I put it high good.
High good? Okay, better than Gridlock.
I would
Unicorn
personally,
and the
I
Wasp,
would put Gridlock. I would put Doctor's Daughter above Planet of the Ood personally.
Planet of the Ood. Yeah, it's just fucking
yeah.
The Unicorn and the Wasp.
It's fucking fantastic.
That is a fantastic episode. Agree.
Goat.
Silence in the Library, Planet of the Dead, Goat. Yes. But I'm gonna put it at the end of Goat because it's not as good as other Moffat stories. Midnight, Goat, that can sit there. Turn Left. That can. Yeah, I'm just randomly throwing him in now at this point. Stolen Earth, Journey's End.
Oh, fuck. Goat still, I think. Very high for there.
What's this next one?
Next
Next Doctor.
It's low good for me. I've fallen asleep in this episode.
David Morrissey is
great.
Yeah, he's great. He would have been a great Doctor, I think. Yeah, we'll just chuck it here. Planet of the Dead.
I'm gonna be honest. It's my least favorite of the 10 specials.
But does that mean it's bad?
That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. A low good again from me for that one.
Waters and Mars. I mean, we don't even need to talk about that. That can go up there. End of Time.
it's one of the most iconic episodes, but
Oh, that's hard because I don't think it's as good as any of the ones we have in Go.
I would put it above Utopia.
It does go above Utopia, doesn't it?
It's 10.
I mean, it's good. Like, we recently rewatched it, of course, with
Yeah.
obviously the passing of Bernard Cribbins, and it is, a lot of people hate this story. I honestly think it's only the first part that I think really holds it back. And I also think, I think, like you said, I think the master, the whole deal with the master, I think also holds it back a little bit. Not the fact that he's crazy, the fact that the whole stupid thing of him transplanting himself onto every human, it's really silly. That does kind of hold it back. But having that being said, I think
There's just enough of... Yeah, I agree there. It also is a weird balancing act of campy fun followed by absolute fucking sadness. Like, you laugh in one moment and then 10's dead and you're crying your eyes out.
Yeah, or you're like having a lot of great fun with some cactus, and then you have that scene with Wilf and 10,
which is a fantastic scene. I think
also Wilf is the best.
100%.
Yeah, I think goat, but at the end is fair.
No, I'll yeah.
Although, actually, you know what? I would also say, if it wasn't for the nostalgic aspect of Stolen Earth and Journey's End, I would say they're probably on par with each other.
Fair.
I just think Stolen Earth and that comes ahead because it was the first, the first and only crossover in Doctor Who between all of the shows at the time. Like, I mean, this is prior to the Avengers, prior to the Arrowverse, all that shit. Like, this is the OG, you know? This is when all multiple shows collided into one thing.
Yanto fucking Jones.
Yanto fucking Jones. Alright, so now we're on to the Moffat era.
We've said goodbye to
Smith
David.
Era.
We've cried.
The 11th Hour.
It's goat. It's goat.
It's goat.
It is the best.
It's also better than The End of Time.
I personally disagree, but I understand from put it above it. But
We'll just put it there. It doesn't matter. They're
goat.
all goat. It's fine. Yeah, I love the 11th Hour. It is the perfect introductory episode to a Doctor,
and to probably the series.
And also, this is also the beginning, the tonal shift between RTD into Moffat. You know, this was, I think, peak Moffat era as well, because, you know, this was the peak fairy tale era. Yeah, The Beast Below.
Low good.
Low good.
It doesn't do enough for me. Even 11's angst at the end doesn't...
11's angst. It is a good episode for Amy, though.
It is a good episode for Amy. It just feels more stock standard than anything, which is kind of weird for a second episode.
Victory of the Daleks. The Power Ranger Daleks.
The Power Ranger Daleks. The iconic Jamie Donger. I kind of feel it's when Matt Smith kind of came into his own as the Doctor.
Having that being said, I still think it's good.
I think it's... Yeah, no, I'm not putting it above good. God, no. Sorry, Mark.
I'll just put it there. I'll put it above Gridlock.
Good job, Mark. You're still above Chibnall.
Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone.
River's reintroduction. A very big highlight for Amy. Fantastic to me. I don't think it's a GOAT episode, and it kind of lessens the horror of...
It lessens the horror of the Weeping Angels. I do think, and the Weeping Angels have, like, the talking radio puppet. I completely agree. However, do you know where I think it should go?
You reckon end of GOAT?
No. I think it should go above Utopia.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I think it should go there. Amy's Choice.
It's a good episode. Although it's a great...
Actually, is that the next... No, hang on, that's not the next episode. Hold on. Vampires of Venice is the next episode.
It's a good episode.
Vampires of Venice is camp. It's good.
It's good.
It's good, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I don't think there's a single bad episode in Series 5. Amy's Choice.
It's fantastic, yeah. It's a good character piece for 11. Rory has a ponytail. and hits an old lady with a stick.
I was about to say he hits an old lady. Alright. Hungry Earth, Cold Blood. There's a Silurian two-parter.
It is high good, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
Well done, Chibnall.
Put it above Gridlock.
Well done, Chibnall.
Oh, fuck, it's Chibnall. Hold on. We'll put it below Gridlock. There we go. That's better.
A surprisingly just solid couple of...
Where's 42? Where's 42? Oh, 42 is
Yeah.
below. Chibnall didn't do any other episodes, right? We can't put a single Chibnall episode above Gridlock. It's just for the meme at this point. It's not even about the episode. It's just a meme. It's become the meme of the episode that anything that's good goes above Gridlock. But if it's a Chibnall episode, it has to go below Gridlock.
Fair enough, I'll accept this meme.
Oh yeah, we did talk about the episode. There's Silurians, bunch of stuff happens.
Solid actual
There's some
tension
drills
and everything.
It's a good two-parter.
Yeah.
It's a solid two-parter.
Chibnall.
Vincent and the Doctor.
Go.
Let's go. Yeah, just chuck it anywhere. It's there. The Lodger.
I think it is a high good episode.
It is a high good episode, yes.
It is a fun, like, pre-finale. I like when the pre-finale episodes have fun.
Yeah, it's a bit of a silly episode. There is something great about the Doctor
Bumming around.
trying to pass off as normal in an apartment.
James Corden gives a weirdly not asshole performance.
Yeah, it's very true. I feel like we need a new tier. Oh, it won't let me fucking do shit. What is going on here? There we go.
I accept this.
And we'll put it there. James Corden. There we go.
It's just
Actually no, we'll put it there. That doesn't mean that it's worse than the bad tier. It's just it says James Corden. We can't have it higher than
it's
that.
true.
But like that doesn't mean the James Corden tier means nothing.
It's
But yes, I agree with what you're saying. It'll go high James Corden.
high
tier.
James.
Actually, you know what? We'll put it slap bang in. Oh fuck! I'm messing this up now, aren't I? We'll put it slap bang in the center. There we go.
That works.
James Corden tier. The Pandorica opens and the Big
Go,
Bang.
right?
Absolutely. This is GOAT. It won't let me put it in GOAT. Hold on, there we go. With that also comes the end of the peak era of Doctor
Yes.
Who. It's all downhill from here and also uphill as well in a lot of parts, but you know what I
know.
mean.
It went out with a bang. What a fantastic
exactly.
two-parter to end it on.
Alright, so we have A Christmas Carol. I would argue the most Christmassy of the Christmas specials.
Yes.
And that's
definitely.
including a Christmas special that literally has Santa in it.
Yeah, interesting that. Christmas Carol's just an all-around banger, I reckon. It's not the GOAT tier, I reckon. Fantastic, I think.
But A Christmas Carol, I think, is I think it captures the spirit of Christmas the best.
Yeah. It's
and
not
it also-
focused on the drama or anything.
And it also fits right in with the fairy tale nature of Series 5. It's very magical.
It is. And it also weirdly, as a weird upside, shows a very dark side to Eleven. But it's not outwardly dark. It's just the fact that he manipulated this person's entire life.
Yeah, I agree. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Alright, The Impossible... I was about to say The Impossible Planet, but we've already done that one. The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. So the Series 6, the epic Series 6 two-part opener that had us on the edge of our seat when the Doctor started regenerating. And everyone was like, what the fuck? The Doctor is dead.
I rewatched these episodes so many times.
And it's got Kenton Everett Delaware the
Delaware the
Third,
Third.
played by Mark
What
Sheppard.
a lad. Who now I've seen too much of him in Supernatural. So now I've just got fucking...
Just associated with Crowley.
Yeah, I just associate with Crowley now. I personally think it's mid to low fantastic.
It's definitely fantastic. I think the biggest thing that lets it down now is the wedding of River's song.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think in
Also, the
retrospect,
god-awful slow.
that's why I said it's the epic opener that like was absolutely shocking at the time. This episode is the gripping point for the entire season. Like it's like, how's the Doctor gonna get out of this one? Like the Doctor dies in the first episode of the season. It's a banger way to start a series.
It is. One of the more solid season, or no, I can't say that when Rose and the 11th Hour exist. It's still really high up there.
And just the general story as well with the silence is really good. The astronauts.
I would argue it's one of my more favorite appearances of River in the series.
I generally do think that too. I think it's one of River's best. But yeah, definitely, I agree. Fantastic.
Also, as like just the
and shot in America.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's the first episode shot in America.
It is. On location.
Yeah.
In Utah.
Very, very good cinematography in the opener too. Season 6 in general had some pretty damn good camera work going on.
Good stuff. Curse of the Black Spot, a pirate episode.
It's a high good episode, I think. To me personally.
It's better than Gridlock.
It's better than Gridlock.
I'm just going to put everything that's high good above Gridlock. Like, Gridlock is the differentiator between high good and mid good.
I'll take it. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's a good episode. And it's also the better of the 2 pirate episodes we get in New Who.
I had to genuinely think there for a second.
I mean, it's going to be a while before we get there.
Thank God. It does a lot of interesting things. I love the because these episodes are the beginning of the Amy Rory Doctor trio, like with Rory as an actual companion, and Rory is my favorite of Eleven's companions. I love Rory.
Anyway, next up we have the Doctor's wife.
It's
Goat.
Neil Gaiman's abstract fucking story ideas.
Neil Gaiman, absolute fantastic. What a mad lad. The TARDIS and the Doctor actually interacting.
You would think that would be just the weirdest shit. And it's still weird, but it's some of the most heartfelt moments between the Doctor and a character. It's just him and the TARDIS.
It also fits in very well with this particular era of Doctor Who. It fits in with that fairy tale era. Now we got the Rebel Flesh and the Almost People.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright.
I'm not a fan of the Rebel. I would actually put it closer to bad or in bad, but if 42's there, I would put it there.
Does have a pretty good multi-Doctor scene, though.
Yeah.
With 11 and fake 11. But yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to put it in the James Corden tier because I don't agree that it's bad, but I also don't think it should go in good. So I think we'll just put it in the James Corden tier.
Thank you, James Corden.
But then I can't have that sit next to The Lodger, though, because The Lodger is genuinely a good episode, but it's the James Corden... fuck it. All right, we'll put it there. It's fine. A Good Man Goes to War.
That's a...
Look, honestly, let me tell you something. I know I keep cutting you off, but years ago, I would have put this in GOAT. Years ago.
What about now?
I would say fantastic.
Yeah, I would agree with fantastic.
But yeah, years ago, I would have put it in GOAT. Because I was a fucking Series 6 simp back in the day.
Series 6 is actually still my favorite series of Matt Smith's. I don't think it's the best series, it's just my favorite.
Yeah, that's alright. There's a difference between favorite and best. My favorite's Series 5. Alright, let's kill Hitler.
I think that's a...
It's a good.
It's a good.
It's good. Here's the thing, yeah. The fact we're questioning this is interesting, because it's a terrible follow-up to A Good Man Goes to War. I know that they're not two-parters, but it's a terrible follow-up. You know, you have that cliffhanger, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh... Okay,
it's also
this is the follow-up.
The weird thing to note is it's technically a season starter.
Yeah, well, like, A Good Man Goes to War is the mid-series finale.
Yeah.
And this is the mid-series opening, because this is when Doctor Who started to mess around with the formula a little bit, and it's that first episode back in the gap, and, like, if you didn't watch the previous half of the series, you have no idea what the fuck is going on. But also, if you did watch the previous half of the series, you're probably like,
You
what
had
the
no
fuck
idea
is...
what the fuck is going on.
You have no idea what's going on, but also, what the fuck is this episode? How is this it's a terrible follow-up to A Good Man Goes to War. However, Rory does punch Hitler and then put him in a cupboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I love how we just pick the stupidest parts of each episode to be like, but hey, it's a good episode because of this.
Let's Kill Hitler has some genuinely great humor moments.
Yeah, we get OP River Song.
OP River Song. River is an absolute delight, even if it's in character, out of character. Character.
This episode, it's a fun episode, you know, like, I would definitely put it in good for sure.
High good. Above Gridlock.
Above Gridlock, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely better than Gridlock. I like how Matt Smith has his coat that he wears for like 3 episodes, and this is one of them. I like Mel's. I wish we got more time with Mel's.
Yeah.
I think it would have worked better with Mel's, actually. Do you know what I think this episode... Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to stand by that. I think this episode would have worked better with Mel's in the River role, and then she regenerates to River at the end. And then you just don't do the whole stupid thing with the Doctor, like, fucking losing his lives or whatever. Like, you just cut that bit out. But, like, you can just rework that whole bit. But, yeah. And also, Rory punches Hitler.
Can't stress this enough.
Yeah. Night Terrors.
I think Night Terrors is a high good episode.
This is the Dollhouse one, right?
Yeah. I think it's actually a really... Yeah,
good.
high good.
It's above Gridlock. The Girl Who Waited.
Fantastic.
Not GOAT?
No, I don't personally find it GOAT.
That's interesting.
I think in my mind, that's because I don't care about Amy too much. Amy is one of my lesser companions.
That is actually really interesting to hear, because I actually thought it was the opposite. I thought you liked Amy. Oh, there you go. That's interesting.
I like Amy more than Clara, but
that's blasphemy.
But that said, Rory is like the highlight of the Matt Smith era for me.
Okay, all right. Yeah, look, we'll put it in fantastic, but I'm going to put it in high fantastic.
That's fair. Yeah, that's completely fair.
Because I think it's GOAT, personally. I think it's genuinely one of the best episodes of Modern Who. The God Complex.
It... High good, I want to say, or very low fantastic. Because it has a great atmosphere, great supporting cast, a good, decent thriller mystery thing going on, but there's just something weird holding it back, and I can't pinpoint what it is.
Yeah, and it also has this random thing that happens that gets resolved, like, 2 years later, randomly.
The Doctor's fucking worst fear being the crack was the stupidest part of that episode.
Yeah. And it's not even in that episode. You know what? Let's put it low fantastic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, look, closing time, it goes in the James Corden tier, but it goes after The Lodger, because The Lodger is genuinely a good episode.
Closing Time's a fun episode.
Closing Time's fun,
but it's not good.
I think it's very weak though.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it sits perfectly, because it sits in between good and bad, right there.
Thank you, James.
The Wedding of River Song.
What a weird fucking episode.
It is a weird episode. There's so much happens in it in such a short amount of time.
I genuinely struggle remembering a lot of the episode, and that is purely because it's rapid fire plot point.
It's a lot happens. It's some weird alternate fucking timeline shit. Look, honestly, like, I would say this episode is good, because I think when you're in it, I think it's good, but I do agree with you. Like, trying to, like, recount the plot of this one and what's going on in its entirety is a bit confusing because so much shit happens. Like, fucking Charles Dickens has a cameo in this.
Yeah, and the original actor too. 6 years on. That was weird.
Yeah. I think it's weird, the whole wedding thing. And, of course, then you have the really rushed resolution to the series arc.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely, like, this is Moffat writing himself into a corner, because not only did he not kill the Doctor, but then he literally just basically merged time altogether into one thing because of it, and then you're just like, oh, you've written yourself into a corner again. This is the problem with, like, Doctor Who stories that go too big.
Yeah. Doctor Who is a very secular show, weirdly enough.
I'd say good.
I would say good. There's
but below Gridlock.
There's that video in the Five-ish Doctors reboot with Moffat playing with action figures. The episode just genuinely feels like...
It's not as good as Planet of the Dead, so I'm going to put it there. Alright. Oh, God. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Now, bear in mind, I hate this episode. I've only ever seen this episode once. So what do you think about it?
I would put it in high bad because
High bad.
I think it's got heart to it. Touching scenes between Eleven and the kids and the mum. It's got another one of Eleven's famous quotes to make you feel better about being sad. The first 10 to 20 minutes of the episode, when it's just him in the house having fun, trying to help this grieving woman, are genuinely great touching moments. When it gets to the forest, it's just a slog. Yeah, I'd say high bad. The entire second half of the episode lets it down.
Alright. Cool. Alright, Asylum of the Daleks. We've got coloured Daleks, we've got bronze Daleks, we've got classic Daleks, we've got Amy and Rory having a fucking fight for an hour. They're getting a divorce for some reason. Amy is a model now for some reason. The Daleks
have a parliament.
They have a parliament. They've got a Dalek in a jar. But he's not the Emperor Dalek, he's just a Dalek in the jar.
It starts the series-wide mystery.
Starts the series-wide mystery for the second half of the series. But it starts it, you're right, with Osmond Oswald, junior entertainment manager from Starship Alaska.
Of course you would remember that.
Of course I fucking remember that.
Of course
Clara's
the moment it
best
comes to a
character.
Clara Echo, that's where it comes through.
I do like Osmond. Immediately starts flirting with Eleven, as Clara does. 11 immediately starts flirting back.
Good twist to me. I found that
She's
a
Dalek.
good twist.
It's a great twist.
It's a great twist.
I think by this point as well, I think Amy and Rory, had kind of
Outstayed.
I think they'd outstayed their welcome by Series 7. Like, I really feel like they should have left in Series 6.
Yeah.
To spice things up. Moffat made them get a divorce for no real reason.
Which resolved itself within 45 minutes.
Yeah. It's such a dumb reason too. Like, Amy just can't have kids now for some reason. They don't even really explain it. They're just like, yeah, demons run, whatever. Who cares?
That entire plotline just puts Asylum of Daleks so much lower, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a low good.
Yeah, low good. Yeah. I agree with that. I think low good, but I still think the episode has quite a few really good highs. It's below... No, Gridlock... Sorry, below Gridlock is mid. So below...
Planet of the Dead is bad.
Below Planet of the Dead is low good.
Yep.
Dinosaurs on a spaceship.
I would put that in mid good. It is a genuinely fun episode.
It is. And Brian is fantastic.
Brian is fantastic.
This is just the 11th Doctor having a lot of fun. The 11th Doctor has a lot of companions now for some reason.
Nefertiti, fucking some hunter guy.
Yeah.
And it had good old David Bradley.
David Bradley was in it, yeah. And then the doctor killed him.
And then he became the Doctor.
That is what happens. Yeah, below gridlock.
You make that sound like that's the law way.
Okay, A Town Called Mercy, the only Western story we have in
High good.
Doctor Who.
High good to me.
Above gridlock.
Above gridlock. It is.
It's fantastic episode.
Yeah, it's a good fun. On one of probably the highlight to me of 7A.
And it really leans into the Western vibe. I'm really actually interested how I feel about this episode after playing so much 200 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2. I wonder how I'm going to feel about the fucking Western Doctor Who episode now. It's definitely my favorite episode from this bunch of Series 7, for sure. Yeah, it's a great episode. Fantastic. These are the wrong way around. Let me fix that. The Power of Three. We got another Chibnall episode.
I would say it has a bad ending. And I've heard
terrible ending.
A terrible ending. I've heard that's because the actor for the villain was a cunt. But I think
it's very it's very. You know what's weird about this episode? It is very RTD and Moffat, kind of the two eras kind of blended together.
And yet it's written by Chibnall.
It's written by Chibnall.
I put it in high good.
I haven't put it in it. It's above gridlock.
Chibnall, what are you doing, my lad?
Angels Take Manhattan. This is an interesting one because
my heart tells me fantastic. My mind tells me high good. Amy and Rory's farewell, despite the fucking loopholes you jump through, is still a very touching and
like the fucking 5 farewells that they have in this episode.
Yeah, and at least 3 of them hit hard.
Yeah, like the emotional side of this, obviously that's what the episode's mostly all about. The Statue of Liberty thing's ridiculous. I don't fucking care. Like, it's so shit. I think one thing that actually, you know what? I think one thing that this does really well is the vibe. That kind of vibe. Like the noir vibe, Melody, what's the name? Melody Malone or something. I love the concept of the like reading the novel and then that being the actual like story of the episode.
Yeah. Low fantastic, you know what?
Low fantastic. I just think honestly, it's the Statue of Liberty.
It's the Statue of
really ruins it, doesn't it?
It does. No one in fucking New York was looking at it somehow.
Alright, the Snowmen.
It's a fantastic episode. I don't think it's goat. I think it's fantastic.
I wasn't going to say it was goat, but thank you. Thank you for at least saying it's fantastic. I appreciate that.
Look, Richard E. Grant's a lot of fun. And now we have just Strax, and Strax alone makes the episode. I love that potato.
This is also where we get Mopey 11.
You didn't think it could happen, but it did.
We get Mopey 11. It is like fucking, like Willy Wonka fucking get up. This episode's another very kind of like fairy tale-esque episode, magical, Christmassy episode.
Yeah, as we said, arguably the most in about like a season.
And also it has Clara.
The best
Victorian Clara. Victorian Clara.
With a genuinely great fake out again.
It is a genuinely great fake out. It's a fucking pity, but it's a genuinely great fake out. But also, this episode is very notable for having what is probably the best bigger on the inside shot.
With 11's TARDIS turning back on. With the new...
how the camera follows them from the clouds through the doors. It's all like dark and there's like the dark blue, but then he turns it on, it becomes like this light greeny blue and the whole place lights up. It's not the best look for that console room, of course.
That would come later, but...
That will come a lot later. Even in Matt Smith's era, like that console room changed quite a bit between this episode and the time of the Doctor, and I think it looks a lot better later on. I think in this episode, I feel like they didn't really quite know how to light it properly.
Yeah.
Snowman's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. And Clara is great. All right, The Bells of St. John. This is the one where Wi-Fi is the villain. Moffat was running out of ideas, I think, at this point.
I have a lot of fun with this episode.
It is a fun episode, isn't it?
It is. The Doctor rides a fucking motorcycle up the shard.
He does. He does.
It's
and
high good.
little camp.
Little camp. It's very camp for Moffat, really.
Reminds you of the good old RTD days. I'd say this is good.
I would agree.
It's above Gridlock.
Yep.
Yeah. Rings of Akka 10.
Low good.
I would say low good.
Outside of the one scene, the episode doesn't have that much going. No, mid good. I will give
Below Gridlock.
Yeah. I will give set design and like character design and things a mark up because it's probably the most alien shown in Doctor Who since fucking season 1.
Cold War.
Mid good.
Yeah, I actually don't mind. It's like little kind of like it's classic base under siege story, except it's not a base, it's a submarine.
I just don't find Ice Warrior episodes interesting.
Yeah, the Ice Warriors just aren't interesting. The most interesting the Ice Warriors was in that little monologue in the waters of Mars.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put it down here, though, I think, towards Planet of the Dead.
David Warner was good in it, though.
He was. Hyde.
High good.
I love this episode a lot.
I'm not a fan, but I would say high good personally. I wouldn't put it in.
It's the ending. It's the ending that undoes it. The rest of the episode I think is really good. I think it's just the ending.
It has some fun bits. I like fucking 11 reliving the glory days and singing Ghostbusters with Clara.
I actually think this is one of their better episodes too.
Yeah.
Like, just in terms of, like...
chemistry.
11 and Clara and their chemistry with modern Clara. I think Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman's chemistry is probably at some of its best in this particular episode.
I would agree.
I'd say above Gridlock.
I'd say above Gridlock, maybe. Just put it there.
Maybe. I think it's above Gridlock.
Put it there.
I think it's above the Gridlock. I think it's above Bells of St. John. Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. Biggest wasted potential.
Agreed. My favorite shot from that episode is when they finally get to the core of the TARDIS. And it's the white room of the blown out pieces.
That's such a good scene. You know, whenever I go back and revisit Doctor Who scenes, that's usually the one. Because I also really love the scene prior to that, where they're on the cliff face and the Doctor just randomly starts interrogating Clara. And, like, you get, like, this really great scene with both Matt and Jenna, like, doing some really great acting. And, like, it's such an interesting scene because, like, it's not... Clara has been trapped in a clone console room for a bit. The TARDIS is just endless. They've got fucking zombies chasing them. You know, like, there's so much shit happening, but the shit... Like, I just love how she plays that scene because, like, despite all of that, the one thing that's scaring her the most in that particular moment is the Doctor.
And Ben Smith was playing that pretty scary in that episode.
Yeah, it's such a good scene. Obviously, this episode also has the kind of same kind of ending that the Deus Ex Machina. Things are just taken too far to the point where you have to reverse time. But I'm also kind of glad they did because I think Clara knowing the Doctor's name is a bad idea. So yeah, it was a very quick resolution. I would put it below Gridlock personally. I would put it up here, but I will put it down here as well. I think, just as a compromise there. I think it's better than Gridlock personally. But... Gridlock's emotional moments hit more to me than. Yeah, I have a bias, so it's fine. The Crimson Horror. I want to say it's bad. It's bad. It is bad. But it is, again, a fun episode. High bad. Like, I think this is, again, more great Paternoster Gang stuff, but... I would put it above the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe bit. Okay. Yeah, personally. You know what? That can go down here. Nightmare in Silver. Bad. We got our new Tony Stark, Iron Man... Cybermen. Oh no, they don't fly. Sorry, no, they're not Iron Man. No, they're Speedy. They're Twilight Vampire Spider-Man.
Sidemen.
You've got the fucking the fucking theme park. Oh, hang on, the kids.
Even without them, I'm putting it there. It is.
Yeah, you know what? I think bad is fair, but also I think what the episode really has going for it is Matt Smith. He is excellent as the fucking cyber planner.
Oh yeah, that is true. Mr. Clever was a good part, but no,
Mr. Clever. Yeah. For me personally, this would go in good, but again, it's fine. I have a bias. It's whatever. All right, the big ones. The name of the Doctor is fantastic episode.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's not GOAT tier.
No, it meanders a bit too much.
But I also think it's a very different kind of series finale to what we've come to expect from this point.
Yeah, it's not so grandiose.
Yeah, it's much more personal.
Yeah.
It's much more intimate.
And I genuinely do love the scenes with 11 and River.
I also like Clara in this episode. Okay, fine, we'll put it in fantastic. It's fine. Okay, we'll move on. The Night of the Doctor.
GOAT.
This is GOAT. There's no other way around it.
It's 7 minutes.
7 minutes of Paul McGann.
And every single second of it is fantastic. Paul McGann is such a captivating actor.
Yeah. It's just another glimpse of what could have been.
Love you, Paul.
The Day of the Doctor
GOAT.
is GOAT for sure.
Very high GOAT.
I'm gonna put it in lower GOAT though. I'm gonna put it probably
What?
lower GOAT. Well, I mean, look at what we have in GOAT. Look at every one of these stories.
I'm sorry, I put Day of the Doctor above all of those.
No way.
I do.
No way the Day of the Doctor is better than fucking Blink. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's all
Mid-goat.
GOAT.
Let's put it in.
Fucking chuck it there. It's fine. You know what? I'll put it up here.
So much for the Doctor. It does. It's so cinematic. It was played in cinemas. It is the culmination of 7 years of plot. And I think it does it beautifully.
I agree, like, completely with everything you're saying. I agree. For me personally, like, it's one of my absolute favorite Doctor Who stories of all time, for sure. Just, yeah, I don't think it's better than some of the stories here. Not all of them, but some of them. I don't think it's better. Like, I think what the Day of the Doctor has going really well for it is obviously the build-up. You know, like, I think, especially you got to also understand, like, think for us, there's that element of nostalgia with it as well, because, you know, like, the 50th anniversary...
We watched the lead up to the 50th.
Like, the build up to the 50th, the hype...
It eclipsed this year completely. Like, we're hyped for the 60th, but the 50th build-up was just something
It was
else.
A different thing. Like, remember that fucking trailer with all the Doctors? But yeah, like, I just think, like, the Day of the Doctor is fantastic. It definitely deserves to be in GOAT tier, no question about it. I honestly can't think of anything bad about the episode. Like, I don't think there's any, like, real flaws with it or anything. John Hurt is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
As his only on-screen appearance, he absolutely nailed it.
Clara's great in it. It is my favorite episode with Clara.
Clara is great with it. She's a teacher, randomly. Just roll with it, man, you know?
11 and her have great chemistry in it again.
But yeah, this is a good episode. Obviously the build up at the end, you know, all the Doctors saving Gallifrey. It's big.
It is my favorite scene in the show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's a good overall episode. The Day of the Doctor. Anyway, we'll be revisiting this episode in a few podcast episodes.
This is true. It's an anniversary. Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Time of the Doctor.
I personally want to say GOAT.
I would agree with GOAT. In between the Pandorica and the Doctor's wife.
I would agree with that.
Around about here. That's not quite exact because I'm not quite sure because I do like the Doctor's wife a lot. But around about here. Also, I mean, some of these are a bit out of order. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
We just kind of plopped them in before we
It's
started.
there. Obviously, the biggest flaw with the whole episode is the fact it's way too short. And it's a long episode. but it's too short for the story it's telling.
Yeah. Apparently, if Matt Smith had stayed on another season, it was going to focus on Trenzalore.
It was going to be a whole season thing. And again, what could have been... Yeah, there was definitely some behind-the-scenes things that kind of changed that story a bit. And obviously the fact that it was then, Moffat's plan for a whole season condensed into 1 hour. It's a bit rough around the edges, but there's something just epic about it, Like, there's something just...
Yeah.
The Doctor's last stand... But
it's a personal last stand, though.
Yeah.
10's was a heroic last stand. 9 was also heroic. 11's is kind of like the Doctor's last stand, because even though you know he's gonna regenerate, it's still like, to the Doctor, the Doctor's going to die. Was it a hole that was written 40 years ago that Moffat felt the need to address? Yes. But it worked.
Yeah. So yeah, like it definitely. I think that I'm gonna be real. That whole aspect does feel very forced into the episode,
especially since it kind of comes in an exposition drop near the end of the episode.
Yeah, and it also comes out of nowhere too, because like we've seen multiple bits of evidence from the 11th Doctor's era that, prior to Day of the Doctor anyway, that he was the 11th incarnation. So. It's whatever. It's a bit of a retcon. It's a bit kind of thrown in there. And Steve Moffat was talking about the fact that, it was planned for the season. He wasn't sure if Matt was going to stay or not. And so, like, he had the plan. And then he found out Matt was going to leave. And then I think he just quickly scrambled together a script based off a lot of existing ideas. And you know what? Honestly, he's done a good job.
He did a great job.
The script works very well for what it is.
It's one of my favorite stories, honestly.
It is, yeah. Like, it comes together and it works, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
It deserves GOAT just for doing what it did against what it had.
We got Deep Breath.
High Fantastic. Or low GOAT. High Fantastic.
I mean, I'm very biased, so, like, if it was up to me, it would go
low GOAT. I'm willing to put it in low GOAT.
It's so good.
It is.
Okay, we'll put it in low GOAT.
Low GOAT.
That's a great introduction to Peter Capaldi. Very ambiguous introduction to Peter Capaldi. You know how I said earlier how the whole Madame de Pompadour thing comes back?
Yeah.
Randomly in this episode. I mean, not really randomly, because it's a clockwork.
A lot of
robots, but
we've constantly made the comparison that 12 is just the sequel to 10.
And also Series 8 Clara, it's fantastic. Also, Strax throws a newspaper at her.
Hell yeah. To me, the only letdown really is Clara's writing in this episode. To me, there are points where it works perfectly, and it's the status quo for how Clara and 12 are going to act is all there, but there are also times where I felt that maybe it was a massive overreaction written in.
It was a little forced.
Yeah.
It's the scenes, the I don't think I know who the Doctor is anymore. It's a little forced.
Yeah.
Especially because she's had experience with regeneration. It makes sense. Like her reaction to 12 herself, like when they're interacting with each other, makes a lot of sense, because 12 is very different to what she's familiar with. Like, even though she's only met 10 and War, 12 is very different to both of those other incarnations and 11. So, like, it's definitely an interesting reaction. But, yeah, I do agree. There's a little bit of forced kind of...
But great
it looks
regeneration.
Good in a trailer.
It does.
Into the Dalek.
High good to me.
I would agree.
Great setting of 12's character, I should say. Really playing into that season 8 12.
Yeah. But you also get the best life advice in this episode.
Don't be lasagna.
Don't be lasagna. And those are words we should all live by.
It says something that as soon as you say life advice, I'm like, yep, we're not being lasagna today.
Robots of Sherwood. The Robin Hood episode.
Mid-good to me, personally. What are your feelings on it?
I like it a lot, but it's not fantastic for sure.
It's only the plot that holds it back for me.
I know, I am very biased towards this very specific era of Doctor Who, so I think I think it falls apart a little bit towards the end.
Apparently, it was meant to have a completely different ending, so that kind of makes sense to me. I can't remember what the original plan was. Apparently, it was deemed too dark, or something happened around the time of
No,
filming.
the guy got beheaded.
That's right, the ISIS
The
thing.
robot guy, and they cut it out. I don't know. I just love the whole Renaissance Robin Hood's kind of vibe. It's a very not serious episode, and I just love 12 just being put into that setting.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic. It is a bit of a silly story.
The character moments I adore. They're great, but it's just the plot.
I'm gonna put it
next to Gridlock.
Fuck. Well, yeah, next to Gridlock either way. I'll put it here next to Gridlock,
Yep.
above Gridlock. Listen, that is a GOAT episode.
Absolutely.
Surely.
Listen is my favorite episode of season 8.
I'll still put it kind of like the lower end of GOAT,
I would
though,
agree.
but
I would, yeah,
it doesn't really matter. We'll just put it
logo.
here.
It's logo.
Chuck it there. It's fine. I can't see that image, so I don't know what image that is.
It's probably 12 on the TARDIS.
The whole fucking awesome pink thing went nowhere. That was weird. But apart from that, the episode's got a fantastic vibe.
Genuinely the most spooky Doctor Who been in quite some time.
Time Heist.
Ooh,
This is good.
it's good, yeah.
It's above Gridlock, surely.
It's above, it's above Gridlock.
That's such a fun episode. And Keely Hawes is amazing in this.
100% agreed.
She's so good. The only problem with her as an actress is her voice is just Lara Croft to me. So it's very hard when I watch this episode not to just be like, that's just Lara Croft though, isn't it? So, but it's fine. That's fine. We'll just put it above Gridlock. I'll put it down here. I'll put it above Series 7 stuff. I'll put it here next to A Town Called Mercy, eh?
That's fair, yeah. When was she Lara Croft? What?
She was Lara Croft in Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld.
Well, fucking hell, I didn't know that, and I really like Keely Hall as an actress in Ashes to Ashes.
She's also really good as Lara Croft.
Fuck.
I actually recently played Tomb Raider Underworld, and she's really good in that.
The more you know.
Excellent. Should play those games. They're good games.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you. I bought the trilogy on fucking PS3. Anyway.
Good man.
The Caretaker.
The Caretaker. This is a fun episode.
It's a fun episode, yeah. I would put it high good.
Yeah, it's definitely above Gridlock for sure.
It's 12 is such a shit taker.
You know what? I'm going to say this is on the same level of fun as same level as fun as I would say Power of 3.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
About here. Here will do. Here we go. Here we go. It's the episode, Lord.
Awful.
Kill the Moon.
Awful. It doesn't get redemption. Awful. Clara and the Doctor have some genuinely good moments, but overall, I just can't stand the episode. If James Corden were an episode, it would be that.
Okay, James Corden then. We're compromising it and we're putting it in the James Corden tier because I can't decide if it's bad or awful.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
No, remember I said the James Corden tier isn't above bad and it isn't below good. It's its own separate thing.
You can't decide whether Kill the Moon is bad or awful.
Yeah, I can't decide, so I need to put it somewhere, and you said it's the James Corden of...
Just put it...
If James Corden was an episode of Doctor Who, it would be this, so it's going in the James Corden tier.
Okay, it can stay there.
It's only purely because you said James Corden. You're the one to blame for this.
That's fair, I'll take that.
But I do agree, it's not a great episode. Having that been said, though, it isn't unwatchable like certain other episodes are, so...
I would put it in bad.
Yeah, okay, bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Put it in bad.
James Corden is the placeholder one until we...
I turned you around on that, I'm so happy. Mummy on the Orient Express.
Go.
That is a goat. That is a goat.
Absolutely. Yep.
Good episode. Flatline.
Fantastic, I think.
I do love that episode.
It has... Riggsy is actually an interesting side character. Pete Capaldi's hair is so inconsistent.
It is, yeah, it is. It's very inconsistent. All right, now we've got In the Forest of the Shite.
I would put it in awful.
Fair enough.
It just doesn't have redeeming things, and it doesn't add to anything either.
Dark Water, Death in Heaven.
Fantastic. I wouldn't say goat.
No. But Missy reveal.
Damn straight.
Predictable, but it's still really well done. Missy's plan is fucking stupid, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a running trend at this point, though, really.
Yeah. I'll put it down the lower end of fantastic, just simply because of that one factor. I think Missy's plan is so dumb and so silly. But the rest of the episode leading up to that makes up for it.
Yeah.
No, hang on, this isn't the snowman.
What's
this episode called?
Last Christmas.
The Last Christmas, the one there. This is a great. I love this episode.
I love it
This
too.
is a fantastic episode. It's so stupid. We've got Alien. We've got Santa Claus. We got fucking elves. This is the episode where it's the will she, won't she for Clara the whole time. Is this Clara's final episode? Is this not? Who fucking knows at this point? But also, Nick Frost is Santa.
Yes.
So that is a fantastic episode. Also, it's the first appearance of the hoodie.
That is true.
Next, we have The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar.
Fantastic, right?
Yeah, I love these episodes. A lot of people hate these episodes, but I love them.
Missy's like a pseudo companion.
Having that being said, I would probably put it down with Dark Water and Death in Heaven.
Missy really elevates the episode. But there is some genuinely
She
great
does.
moments with Davros and the Doctor.
Yeah, and there's some great moments with Clara and Missy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the bit where it's like, why you got the stick in case I've got nothing to hunt? Oh no, why is she tied up? Why is she tied up? Yeah. Why am I tied up? Yeah, in case I've got nothing to hunt.
Fucking love Missy, really.
And also the bit where like they're trying to figure out how deep the hole is and she just pushes Clara into the hole. Oh, it's good
So
stuff.
good.
Under the Lake Before the Flood.
I would say high good.
I did rewatch this. I think it's really good, but
Yeah, okay. Like, fantastic good or...
low fantastic, maybe on this. I think it's better than Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah, let's put low fantastic. Oh, no, I think
I'd say
high good.
You know what? I'll just chuck it here. Oh fuck! We'll put it above the Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think it's a really good two-parter. Season 9 is a banger season.
Oh, damn straight.
It gets so much shit, and it's a banger season. Like the weak episodes, which I think are the weak episodes, The Girl Who Died and The Woman Who Lived.
Yeah.
Last time, which conveniently we're also up to. Isn't that interesting? I actually rewatched these recently, and I actually think both are okay episodes. I think The Girl Who Died is good, and I think The Woman Who Lived is alright. It's Sleep No More that's the problem.
I really don't care for the woman who lived. I love The Girl Who Died. I think that's actually a very good episode. Since they're separated, I would...
But is it fan? Yeah, but it's definitely good. I wouldn't say either of those two episodes are any higher than good.
Yeah.
But Girl Who Died is good. But is good the category where we have fucking gridlock? Yeah. I would say it's below gridlock.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I would say? I would say it's next to gridlock, but just on the other side.
And
No, wait, what did I put next to gridlock before? Robot of Sherwood.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
It's below that.
Fuck.
Oh, no, is it? No, it's above that.
It's yeah, it's above that. Yeah. I don't know, Robot of Sherwood just has a very soft spot.
It's the only time
you
I
know
like
what?
Macy Williams in the show.
It's fine. It's right bang in the center.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Woman Who Lived,
Low.
I would say is good, but it's down here. It's down here.
The ending's just
We'll put it
really
down.
naff.
The Zygon Invasion, the Zygon Inversion. This is GOAT.
Yeah.
Surely. Yeah, this is GOAT. Peter Capaldi, top tier Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep bringing up Clara, but it's not so much Clara this time. I want to special shout out to Janet Coleman.
Special shout out to Bonnie in her only episode.
And Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie is fantastic. Jenna does great during the dual role. I love Unit in this. I love how Osgood's utilized in this. She's really good. I think just all round it's just a fucking banger story.
And then you really nail it home with the speech.
Yeah. And then Sleep No More, awful. Face the Raven, that is also GOAT.
That's definitely GOAT.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter where it sits. We're just going to put it there. Face the Raven's fucking fantastic.
I cried when Clara died. I did.
It's a genuinely good episode. And yeah, they do a great job. Also, this is like the most... Clara's just a fucking idiot.
Yes.
We could do a big in-depth character analysis of like how great this episode is in terms of like Clara's character arc and all that, but like, you know what it's like, she gets what she gets for trying to be the Doctor.
Pretty much.
Next we have the absolute
Put it at the front.
masterpiece.
Put it at the top.
That is Heaven Sent. What, even above the Day of the Doctor, Lewin?
Yes.
I thought that was the best episode.
No, Heaven Sent is the GOAT.
Is just 50 minutes of Peter Capaldi. And that's, yeah.
It's
fucking great.
Monologue.
And I have said this before, and I will always maintain this. There is no other Doctor that could have pulled this off.
I fully agree.
That is followed up by Hellbent. Now, before we talk about Hellbent, it is obviously the probably most divisive episode of New Who outside of the Timeless Children. People hate this episode. Now, you and I, we both like it. We both think it's good. I really love this episode a lot. I think the biggest problem this episode has is the Gallifrey shit just happens so fucking quickly.
Yeah.
It's like over in like 10 minutes. That still doesn't take away from the fact that the Doctor is an absolute badass in this episode. The Doctor banishes Rassilon from Gallifrey. And like, where's Rassilon gonna go? He's just gonna go like hover around Gallifrey for a bit, because like where the fuck else is he gonna go? That's good stuff. The episode focuses way too much on Clara.
Yeah, especially after an already satisfying farewell.
Yeah, it definitely undoes her farewell. I think it would be much better if she came back, the Doctor pulled her out of the time stream, but then she had to go back, but instead she gets her own TARDIS that goes on. And like that, like I talk about how much I love Clara, and Clara is my favorite companion, but that's a bad ending.
Yeah.
I still think this is a good episode for Clara. Like, I think pulling her out of a time stream, everything that goes on from there's some amazing scenes between 12 and Clara. But I think the reason why this episode is so divisive is because, people were expecting Gallifrey. People were expecting 12, especially after the last episode. People were expecting 12 to go on a fucking mad one. And he did it. He did. He went on a mad one for about 10 minutes. And then he was kind of, he was kind of still on a mad one, but in a very different way. I love this episode. I also love the twist of 12 losing his memory of Clara.
Absolutely.
That was well done. I personally, I don't know about you, but I genuinely would say GOAT.
I would say high fantastic, personally.
The Girl Who Waited, around about there, you think?
Above that, for sure.
Like I said, I'm biased towards this particular era of the show, the 12 and Clara era. Like, me personally, this is in GOAT, but like, yeah, we'll put it here. We'll put it here. I'm fine with that. The Husbands of River Song.
Go. Do you disagree?
Do we have to, though?
What?
It's not better than Hellbent.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Sorry, but like, it's a bad episode.
No, it
the
is
only
not.
thing that's... It is. The only thing that saves it... Nardole is fucking terrible. The fucking robot head person's fucking terrible. The only thing that saves this episode is the Doctor and River.
I disagree completely. I find them all fun, and then the...
How could you possibly watch this episode and look at Nardole and think that's a good character?
I never said Nardole. He's... Well, yeah.
Nardole doesn't become a good character until Series 10. Do you know what this? Do you know what this episode does have though?
What?
On a more positive side,
The last night I'm drilling.
that is really good. That is really good. No, I was talking about the scene where Peter Capaldi is doing the bigger on the inside bit.
Yes, it does.
It's really good. It's really good. That saves the episode. Where were we talking about putting it?
I think it's GOAT.
Fuck me. I'm gonna put
it in fantastic.
It's not better than Hellbent. It's not.
It is, but you put it there. That's fine.
It's not. It's not better than The Girl Who Waited. Oh, fucking fine. I'll put it up there. All right.
Put it below Hellbent.
Return of Dr. Mysterio. You better not say GOAT.
No,
You better not fucking say it. You better not say it.
No,
And you also better not say fantastic either.
I was just gonna say it's good.
I completely disagree, but that's fine. It's not.
You and I
though,
have
is it?
completely different views on Christmas specials.
No, I like Christmas specials, but these two are bad.
They're not. They're just
They are. Return of the Doctor Mysterio is fucking awful.
no.
It has one good scene in it, and that's the scene at the end when he's talking to the people, who I don't know their names or who they are, but he's talking to them and he's like, talking about how, you know, when everything's sad, it's sad or whatever the fuck, and then he's like, but, you know, things are always happy again or whatever. I'm paraphrasing. I'm pretty sure he did say whatever the fuck, though. Pretty sure that was in there. Sorry, I've gone on about that. It doesn't matter. We'll put it in good. It's fine. It's fine. It's definitely not the worst. For sure. For sure. The pilot.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Great introduction to Bill.
It is. It's a great introduction to Bill. It's a good episode all round. Great episode if you're a 12th Doctor cosplayer.
Great.
Smile.
It's good. I would say below Gridlock, personally.
No, that's not next to Gridlock, gang. No. Yeah, fine, I'll put it over here. Fuck it.
We'll still count that as next to Gridlock.
No, hang on. I'm putting Girl Who Died down here, and then Smile above Girl Who Died.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's next to Gridlock. I actually think it's better than Gridlock, but it's fine. It's fine. I have biases. It's okay. Thin Ice. The Doctor punches a racist.
Kurt. Just Kurt.
And they have that weird fucking old Victorian bloody underwater suit thing.
I would say low good.
Low good.
It's not bad by any means. It's just not really that memorable, besides the Doctor just telling Bill that, I think his name was Tim or whatever, she stepped on a butterfly and now Tim was gone.
Oh yeah, true. That is a good moment. I'm gonna be honest, I think it should go above Planet of the Dead.
Yes.
I think it should be mid good.
Mid good. I can agree with that.
Knock knock.
Yeah, low good. It's not bad by any means. Again,
I'll put it there next to Planet of the Dead, but on the lower side.
yeah, it kind of has the same weird feel to it.
Oxygen. This is the anti-capitalist story. Can't wait till we look at the pro-capitalist story in a few episodes.
Fuck. I'm gonna say a high good for Oxygen.
Yeah, this is above Gridlock.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it starts
I can go
a
there.
weird saga of 12 being blind.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Could you imagine if they just kept that? Oh, that would have been so good. Now we've got Extremis, the whatever the middle one is, and the Lie of the Land.
Oh, fuck's sake.
They put it as the trilogy, and I would say they are all varying in quality. Extremis is really good. What's the middle one called? The Pyramid at the End of the World. That is a ridiculously long title. My God.
But it's also a GOAT
the
episode. Or
yeah, the Lie of the Land's the weak one, isn't it?
In terms of like,
I'd say good. We got to look at it as a whole because it's one thing.
Yeah.
I would say as a whole it's good.
Yeah. Above
I would
Gridlock.
say it's above Gridlock. It's above Gridlock as a whole. Fuck, I don't even know where Gridlock is anymore, eh? It's just gone. There it is. All right. Putting it then next to Bells of St. John. Empress of Mars. Okay, so bear in mind these 2 episodes of Series 10 are going to be my weak point.
They are.
Because I haven't seen them a lot. I've only seen them a couple of times, and I barely remember them.
The weird thing is...
So we've got the Empress of Mars and the Eaters of Light.
I again wouldn't call them bad episodes. I would say low good for Empress of Mars. Again, Ice Warrior stuff is just deeply uninteresting. I'd probably put it with Cold War, wherever we've put Cold War.
Oh, that's above Planet of the Dead.
You serious?
Yeah. We put it above there, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, I don't actually know the order because I was kind of just throwing things in there, but we kind of determined that Gridlock was the determining factor between
Good.
high good and mid good, and then Planet of the Dead was the determining factor between low good and mid good.
Yeah, just...
So here's the ones next to Planet of the Dead in the opposite direction. We got Thin Ice, The Idiot's Lantern, Cold War, Tooth and Claw, New Earth, and then there's like the Next Doctor, and then there's like Boomtown. So like I can just move Planet of the Dead somewhere.
Yeah, I would put Planet of the Dead lower, personally.
Lower?
No, I don't know anymore.
No. Remember, lower than Planet of the Dead is
Low good.
We were using that as kind of the point. So like you've got Thin Ice next to it.
Okay, let's just keep it as is. Where's Empress Mars? Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep it next to Wedding of Riverside.
I don't even know what's going on. You know what? Fuck it. It doesn't matter. I've just tucked it in there. The Eaters of Light. I don't even remember what this episode was about.
Yeah.
Was it Vikings?
Nah, the Romans.
No. Okay.
And crows and
I'd say low good.
Yeah.
I remember them being good. I don't remember them being bad. I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's this? World Enough and Time the Doctor Falls. I mean, this
Goat.
is GOAT. Absolutely.
And then Dr. Falls is in top 3, surely.
Well, it's this one thing.
Oh.
It's this one thing.
Top.
We gotta remember they're together. They're together. We gotta go
As a
to
whole
this one
package,
thing.
top 3.
Yeah, okay. Twice Upon a Time.
This is the dividing one, because I think it's fantastic.
I think it's bad.
I think it's fantastic.
I think it's bad. It's bad. It's just literally an hour of just faffing about.
So mid-good as a compromise.
It's an hour of faffing about. Nothing happens. And also the First Doctor is characterized so poorly.
I will agree on that.
No offense to David Bradley. He did great with what he had, but he's characterized so poorly.
But it also had a lot of good highlights. Archibald Lethbridge Stewart and the Christmas truce.
Was he a... Oh, yeah, that is good, I guess.
And 12 does have some brilliant character moments in the episode.
We'll put it in good. It's fine. We'll put it in good. You can go in good. I'll even put it above Gridlock for you. There you go.
Thank you.
It's gonna go next to Gridlock, actually, but next to Gridlock in the opposite direction.
So
I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I just think it's a bad episode, and it's got some good stuff in it. And the best part of the whole episode is Peter Capaldi's hair for sure. I mean that right there makes it GOAT tier. So. But I'm gonna put it next to as a compromise, as a gesture of goodwill. I will put it next to Gridlock. All right. Speaking of bad, the Chibnall era.
here we go. We're here.
However, we start off on a high note. The Woman Who Fell to Earth is actually good.
Yeah, high good even, I would say. It gives you hope for an era.
It certainly gives you hope. I'm going to put it next to Gridlock, though, in the same way that Twice Upon a Time is next to Gridlock, except it's in a completely different way because The Woman Who Fell to Earth is actually good. What's the next one? The Ghost Monument.
Bad.
Yeah. Rosa. It certainly has some scenes in it, I will give you that. It can go just slap bang in the middle somewhere, right there. I'm not putting it any higher than that. because I don't think it's very good. But in the same way that I don't think most of Series 11 is not very good. So, in other words, it's okay. But, you know, whatever. It's in good, and that's the main thing.
Well done, Chibnall.
Do you want it above Gridlock?
No.
I'll put it
No,
above
don't
Gridlock.
you dare put it above... No.
Okay.
It's not that good.
Is it above Planet of
No,
the
it's
Dead? Where the fuck's Planet of the Dead?
Oh, fuck.
We've lost... Oh, there it
It's
is.
below Planet of the Dead.
Oh, it's below Planet...
Yeah,
oh, well, I'll put it...
Yeah, I'm
well,
not saying it's fucking
put it down.
fantastic.
It's certainly better than The Return of Dr. Mysterio. I'll give it that. Arachnids in the UK.
Fucking kill me. Bad.
It's more than
It's-
bad, mate.
yeah,
Like,
it's
this
awful.
this is awful. Fucking get rid of that shit. Get it out of here. The Serenga Conundrum.
Bad. I don't... Looking at objective... No, it's either low bad or high awful.
I'm gonna put it in high awful.
I would
It's
I would
bad. It's
still
really
watch it over
bad.
Sleep No More if I'm honest.
Oh, it's way better than Sleep No More, but it's still really bad.
Yeah.
But having that being said, like, here's the thing. The ones that are in awful are episodes that I would never watch again. Although there's some episodes that, see, this is our tier list. I get it. It's our tier list. I understand. I would watch In the Forest of the Shite. I always watch it when I get to that episode. But the Chibnall era, I refuse to watch again. I'm not doing it. I can't do it to myself. So anything involving the Chibnall era is on the same level as the Return of Dr. Mysterio and Fear Her and all
I am
that shit. Even if I
trying
say
to
it's
be
good,
objective here.
it's all bad. It's all bad. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, what do we got next? Demons in the Punjab. This
That
is
is good. I would even put that in high good if I'm honest. Next to Gridlock.
We'll put it next to Gridlock as a compromise. All right. Actually, no. Hang on. We've got to put next to Gridlock, but above Twice Upon It. Kablam! Here we go. The pro-capitalist episode.
Goat. Always gonna buy from Amazon. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I actually do think this is a decent episode. In the context of the Chibnall era, I think the biggest issue is this is the biggest proof that the Chibnall era is not as woke as people say it is.
Yeah.
I would say low good if I was being objective, because I actually do. This is one of the few episodes of that series that I actually enjoy.
Yeah, okay, I would agree.
What's the next one? The Witchfinders. That's bad, right? That's bad.
Mainly
That's
because...
awful.
No, I wouldn't say it's awful.
Surely it's awful.
No, I'd say bad. It's really the ending that makes it awful.
It takes you away.
To me, personally, that's my favourite episode of season 11, so I'd say low good, but it...
Okay, it can go there. It's fine. I think
Put it... Just... put it...
It's fine. The Battle of Ranskor Kolos, or what? The Battle of Ravioli.
Bell Ravioli is the worst thing ever. I put it below
It's
Sleep
in
No
awful.
More.
It's in awful. It's not worse
No,
than
it
Sleep
is.
No More. It's not,
It
though,
is.
it?
It
Though? But
really
it's
is.
It definitely deserves to be in awful, but it's not
No, it
worse
totally
than Sleep No
is.
More. Sleep No More is a fucking travesty.
Yes.
The fact that Fear Her is not even in the same category as Sleep No More is pissing me off. I fucking hate it so much. Fear Her and Love and Monsters, where the fuck are they? I don't even know where they are. Like, they're just gone.
They're hiding.
Oh, good. They better stay hiding.
They're
Oh,
in
no, they're
bad.
in bad. What the fuck are they in bad for? When did we decide
They
this?
stay there. Do not move.
Resolution, I would say... Good.
I would agree with good.
At the end. I have such a bias towards this era, though. That's the problem. I just think every episode is bad. All right, put it in good. Even though it's funny. I think an episode that I'm like, yeah, I like that episode, but also like it's bad because it's just fucking this era, and I hate it so much. Anyway, Spyfall.
High good.
Okay.
Even you enjoyed Spyfall when we were talking about it.
Yeah, the Doctor's in a suit. But to be fair, I was also a lot more optimistic back then.
Yeah, but looking at the episode
About the era.
objectively by itself, It,
Oh, but this isn't an objective list, mate. This is just a fucking throw it together, see what happens list. But that's fine. I'll put it there. It's fine. I do agree it's good. I don't think it's on anywhere near the same level as some of these episodes, but that's okay.
I
It's
think
fine.
we just kind of
Orphan 55.
just put in.
Orphan 55 is GOAT because Benny.
You're right.
Actually, do you know what ruins the entire episode,
It's
though?
the end.
It's the end. It ruins it. It literally ruins
It puts it
Like,
from bad to awful.
Yeah, it's awful. It can go there. Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. This is one I'm going to rely on your judgment for because I don't remember a single thing that happens
I
in
would
this episode.
put it at low good if I'm honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can go there. Fugitive of the Jadoon Doctor.
That's actually a decently good episode.
It is a good episode. Isn't it? It's like one of the few ones where I'm like, oh, that's good. However, it is also in the Chibnall era, and I don't like it. So it's a good episode. It's the best. It has the best Doctor of the Chibnall era in it. It also has the Jadoon, and they're always a bit of fun. We have some Time Lords in there doing a bit of this, bit of that. Jack shows up, which was fucking hype at the time.
Sure was, and then it wasn't.
We were talking about this episode, and I remember that this was the episode that genuinely was like, all right, we had Spyfall, that's good, and then we had this episode, and I'm like, this is a return to form, compared to Series 11, this is a return to form. And then they just had to go and do what they did with the Timeless fucking Child, didn't they? They just had to do it. Fucking Chibnall ruining the entire series for me.
You just had to go and get stuck.
Back then, I could make excuses for it. Back then, I was like, you know what? Timeless Children is bullshit. Timeless Child is bullshit. But Series 12 was a bit better than Series 11. Do you know what? My opinion is different now. I think Series 11 is better than Series 12. Do you want to know why? Because there's none of this Timeless Child bullshit.
I would actually mildly agree.
It's fucking bullshit. The whole thing. Fucking Fugitive Doctor.
I would probably put Future Jadoon in low good.
Oh my god. Hang on, let me go. Are we still? Yeah, we're still on. Low good, Fugitive. Oh no, the order's wrong again. Fucking bitch. Hold on, let me just put... You know what? It can go in low good. I would say it's as good as Resolution
I would agree with that.
now. I would have used to say it
low
used to be better, but... We need a new tier, don't we? In between good and James Corden. We call this... The best of Chibnall. You know what? This is our tier list. We're doing it. New tier. Here we go. I'm going to call it what I always call Chibnall. The big chibs. And then this can go below good, but before James Corden. And then we can put any Chibnall episode that's considered good, but it's also a Chibnall era episode and it's also kind of bad.
I can accept
So
this.
we can go in here. We can just put anything Chibnall can just go in here. I'm refusing to acknowledge Chibnall as
Where
good.
did Rosa go?
I don't know where Rose is gone. I don't know. I've lost it. It's just gone. Oh, hang on. Demons of the Punjab. Here we go. Woman Who Fell to Earth. That's like at the top of that. I don't know where Rose has gone, so we're just going to accept that Rose is just somewhere, and we're just going to move on.
Yeah.
That's not helpful to me.
There,
at all,
you found
there
it.
It is.
Right
it's
where
fine.
I was pointing. I helped.
And then we'll order these. So I think The Woman Who Fell to Earth is the best of the Chibnall era. And then I would say Fugitive of the Jadoon so far.
Yep.
And then Resolution.
Yeah, and then I would say Spyfall.
Fuck, where's Spyfall? Fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no, actually, hang on. We've got that in... No, do we have... Where's Spyfall? We didn't put that in bad category, right? Oh, there it is. And then we'll put that there. And then we'll just leave the rest, because it's whatever. Yeah. Praxius.
It's actually
That's
weirdly
bad,
not awful.
right?
Yeah, it's bad.
Can you hear me?
It was good until the end.
I honestly... Here's the problem. I don't remember any of this. I don't remember Praxius, and I don't remember Can You Hear Me, so I don't
I would put it in bad.
if that says all you need to know about this, to be honest with you. The Haunting of Villa Diodati.
Good Chibble.
That is the big chibs
Big
right
Chibs
there.
that makes it in.
Where does it sit in the big chibs,
Personally,
though?
probably above Spyfall. Maybe even above. Does it go above Resolution though? Yeah, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah. Whatever. I don't think that's the problem. I don't really care. It can just go there. It's fine. We have an alternative Doctor outfit. There you go. Ascension of the Cybermen and Timeless Children. This is bad. This is bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. But
It's not awful.
no, but it's gonna go down here.
That's fine.
And the reason why is the Timeless Child.
That's fine.
Actually, you know what? Let's make a new tier. The Timeless Child.
Just make it black.
Black for depressingly shit. Sorry. My Chibnall, anti-Chibnall bias is showing. I'm going to put it here because it's not bad, but I agree it's not awful, but it's also the Timeless Child, and therefore it doesn't deserve to be in the big chibs. But also...
The scenes in Ascension of Cybermen with like Brendan and everything were actually intriguing.
Yeah, Ascension of the Cybermen is what's saving it. But also, I'm refusing to acknowledge anything of the Timeless Child as anything other than awful, so it's going to go there. Revolution of the Daleks.
I would say low big chibs.
Low big chibs. Yeah. Yeah, remember that time when the Doctor was in prison for like 5 minutes? That was fun. Alright, this is the rough one, man. Oh no.
On one hand, the final episode did break us entirely. Village of the Angels is a pretty good chib episode. 3 of the 6 episodes are good. Or chibs good. And then 3 of them are just what? But none of them are awful.
I disagree. I think the last episode is fucking awful. But you are completely right in saying that. Also, episode 5's really bad as well. But you are right in saying the Village of the Angels is pretty good. I also think the Sontaran episode is pretty good.
The first episode's a fucking mess, but it was fun.
I'll put it here. Next to... I'll put Flux in bad at the top end of bad.
Yep.
But it's not going in the big chips. Eve of the Daleks.
Bad? Big chip.
Okay, but it can go there. So I don't like that episode.
Fucking awful. Just put it there now.
Here we go. Legend of the Sea Devils. Hell yeah.
Didn't even need to say its name.
Yep. Alright. Now, this is going to be the interesting one. Because if there was any episode of the Chibnall era that I would be happy to put in good, it is this one. However, it is also a bit of a mess.
I think it deserves it. We got Paul McGann.
Okay. We do have Paul McGann. That is correct. He says 2 words.
But he's there.
He is there. You know what? On pure nostalgia... Oh, fuck, I've lost it. Oh, there it is. On pure nostalgia factor alone, it graduates from the big chibs tier to good. And that is only purely based on nostalgia alone and the fact that Chibnall ruined my life by giving me 10 minutes of absolutely outstanding Doctor Who, and I hate him so much for that. But because of those 2 factors, it can go here.
It did genuinely have one of the best regeneration scenes.
It's not just the regeneration scene. It's the scene with Yaz. It's the scenes with Yaz on the fucking in the TARDIS and in the roof, and then Yaz. The only weak part of all of that is the fact that Yaz leaves for literally no reason.
So Yaz, I don't really want.
But apart from that,
the companion support group,
it's got some good scenes for sure. That's the thing. It's the nostalgia and the fact that those last few scenes are genuinely so well written and so beautiful and just amazing. That's what saves it, man. Honestly, like if it wasn't for any of that, it would not be graduating big chibs. So I think we need to congratulate Chibnall here. on a job well done. You managed to get one episode out of the Big Chibs era, but he also has other episodes in good as well. So, you know.
Before he wrote the show.
Yeah. Before he thought The Timeless Child was a good idea.
Before he had to explain the Morbius Doctor plot point from 40 years ago.
Anyway, that was fun. Anyway, I'll, if you want to have a bit of a closer look at this, because we've been rambling about shit for the last few hours, then, yeah, you can just pause the video here and, have a little look at where things are placed. I think we got a good system going here. I think we got a great tier list. There's a bit of serious discussion in there. There's a bit of meme. It's all around a good time.
Heaven Sent is exactly where it deserves to be. And if you want to hear our more extended thoughts on things, check any episode of the podcast. It's probably come up in an hour-long rant somewhere.
Yeah, probably. We probably talked about it multiple times. There's probably multiple episodes for you to choose from. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Thanks so much for joining in on this fun little tier list.
I've been excited to do this for a while.
Next episode, I don't know really what's happening next episode. Like I said, we got a trilogy of Doctor Who 60th themed episodes coming. I don't know what order they'll be coming out in or when they're going to be coming exactly. We'll figure it out as we go along. Fuck, man. Holy shit. I am crashing hard right now.
Thank you all for watching. It's been a special episode. Like Lara said, we will be back to regularly scheduled programming next time, talking about whatever. Who knows? We'll figure that one out. All of you have a fantastic day, night, wherever you are, and we will catch you in the next one.
I'm gonna go to bed. Fucking see you later.